Ding ding, what up, guys? Back once
Ding ding.
again. Ding ding.
Hello,
With
people.
my two extremely knowledgeable judges. I want to thank you guys for this is now technically it's the fourth installment, but we had a reboot, so we'll say it's the second one. And how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Montauk, Billy, Jerry G, Heidi Black. Thank you earlier for letting me come on your show, Heidi. That was nice. We did a little show, me and Heidi. Went really well. Mobland, Mike Wall. So anyway, guys, how are you guys doing? Okay?
Yes, it was super excited for another show.
Very good.
Bradley. Yeah. Bradley versus
Yeah.
Pacquiao. Very controversial fight. Another fight I did not see. So
I just made an hour video on Joe Messino, which was very interesting, and I'll be dropping that tomorrow.
Yeah, Big Joe, huh?
Yeah.
I tell you. It was I mean, think about that, I mean, for him to flip, that was the end of it, huh?
Yeah, he was he did a lot of bad things in his life, though. He was a pretty ruthless guy.
You have to be.
That's why he was the boss.
Yeah, he was basically, yeah. He was the lead guy that put the slugs in the old man Galante, where I was talking about that the other night.
Yeah.
With the picture where he got hit with he had 80 pellet holes in him. They shot his eye. So that's what happens to tough guys. So tonight, Pacquiao, Bradley, they fought 3 times. This fight was in June 2012. I'm sorry, June 9th, 2012. Pacquiao was the WBO welterweight champion. Yeah, Timothy Bradley was the junior welterweight champion. So now Bradley moved up one weight class to fight Pacquiao, with Pacquiao's belt being on the line. So if Bradley lost, he would still be the junior welterweight champion, and Pacquiao would retain his title. And remember in the fight, 10, 12 years ago, all I remember is everybody had Pacquiao winning the fight. But we found out that in doing these fights, sometimes people could be wrong, and the judges we've shown are definitely wrong. So, you guys have anything you want to add before we start it up?
Nope.
All right.
ding
So,
ding.
to do. With no further to do, why don't we drop the fight and get going? Who really won? Did it? Ding, ding.
And real quick, get the scorecards out for the audience. Everyone get the scorecards. You could score with us.
Yes, definitely get the scorecards. Okay.
You're kind of lagging.
4:15. Yeah. The fight was in 2012, Mike.
I see a little bit of lag in here.
A little bit. It's lagging a whole lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this fight starts at 4:15. 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
It's already fighting right now, but there's a little lag in the video.
Joe, I can't even see the fight. It's lagging so bad I can't do anything here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
seen
yep.
I seen Pacquiao just slip. Doing the best I can here.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
No, hold on. We gotta just hold on.
I think
We'll
we should
be
restart
heavily
it.
editing this fight. Hold on a second. Yep.
Yeah, I think we should restart it. Because there was a punch Bradley did, and I think there was a slip. That's all I seen. Well, since the producer's trying to get everything fixed, Lee, are you super excited for this fight?
I unplugged the Wi-Fi, plug it back in, do all that. So, all right, let's see. Once again, with no further to do, let's go.
Still a little bit of lag.
Yeah, it's big edit. Oh, you saw that punch?
It's a body shot, yes.
I can't even see them, so it doesn't make a difference. I gotta on my
Jab. It's like in like slow motion there. I mean, it's pretty cool seeing it in slow motion.
No, it really sucks. What are you talking about? It's pretty cool. Man.
I'm trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you want from me, Lee? I'm trying to make the best of it. All right. A headshot. Jab. Another jab by Bradley. Froze, buffering. And some lady doing a commercial named Dawn. All right, back to the fight. And there's a slip.
You could see
Don't
that.
really-
No.
I seen that there was a slip. I did see there was a slip.
This is
Body shot by Pacquiao.
what's amazing is I'm watching the fight on my phone. It's as clear as a bell. I mean, it's
Really?
unbelievable. It's yeah,
Well, it's hard for us to score it.
very yeah.
We're-
I know.
We're just banging our head against the wall here.
Well, let me bring my phone out and let me see. Jesus. Hold on. Because, yeah, this is very hard to score right now. Hold on.
Joe, if you're not, I got a feeling you got to reschedule this if this ain't going to pick up. You have no choice.
Yep. But can you see it on your phone?
Okay,
Jade?
so I look. Okay, so I just looked on my YouTube, and it is lagging.
It's the-
It is lagging on my YouTube. I'm looking at the feed right now, and it is lagging on the phone as well.
Which one though? The championship boxing one?
No, what you're playing right now, people
6.9
are.
million views.
Yes, no, the one that you're playing right now is lagging.
No, what
Everyone in
I'm
the
asking
audience.
you is the fight that we're playing on the screen. No, I know. I'm saying is the fight. I'm looking at it on my phone. It's fine on my phone. I'm asking you, is it okay on your phone?
The actual fight,
The
I have
fight.
to look that up. Yeah, give me a minute. Just be
Right.
patient.
That's what I now
Yeah.
I know I'm seeing it lag here too. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to reschedule this. I mean, I don't know what to do.
That's all you can do is
Not an
reschedule it.
IT guy.
Sometimes you got to bite the bullet.
Yeah,
when
but
you're-
this is happening more and more.
well, that's
I'm
because
not
of
worried about it because we'll delete this whole thing and I'll take the whole thing off. I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried that people actually wanted to see this, and so did I,
Hold
and
on,
you and Kane Shade.
hold on, be patient now. Is it Top Rank Boxing is where you're getting the feed from?
No.
Can you
Championship
try?
boxing.
Can you try?
6.9 million views.
Can you try Top Rank
No,
Boxing?
they'll take us down if we use that
Oh.
one.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want to use Top Rank. They'll take us down, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't take
This
that
is
chance.
like a secondary because we did once I used the Major League Baseball feed, they cut the feed off in like the first inning. That's why I didn't want to go with. But truthfully, I'm watching it. It's fine on my. So it's definitely not the video. It's
How
an
about if we just
equipment
make
issue.
just take the fight down. Let's go. Let's make fun of people.
Well, I think that
All
we
right.
should
We'll start with
reboot
you.
this. Yeah.
Reboot.
Yeah, because we're having a lot of technical issues. There's a 5 second delay. When I'll say something, you'll hear it 5 seconds, and then there's all types of things going on right now.
Yeah. So why don't we take the fight down? Whoever that person is handling the fight, get rid of it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. Is there still a delay?
No, is there a delay on my end? Is it hard for you to hear me?
I don't think so, but I can't see your lips moving, so I don't know, but I hear you loud and clear.
All right.
What about you, Lee?
I'm having no trouble with you. It'd just be the fight. You got a lot more. You need a lot more. Your computer's just slow. For some reason, it's probably just having a dragged night, a bad night. Shit happens, man. Did you you
Yeah,
can clear
well,
your cache and
I
you
don't
can clear
use
your-
anything. Don't use this computer for anything.
No, it could just be the internet. It could
No, I
just
never
be one of
used the
those-
computer.
Yeah, it could just be a bad night. It happens.
Yeah, well, Tony Silo messaged us and said he had a little bit of emergency, and he might not be able to make it. And hold on one second. Hold on a second.
Well, Lee, I said, well, Lee, what's going on?
Well, I don't know what's going on with you.
No, nothing much. Just enjoying. My God, the Hurricanes basketball loss. We had like a 30, 40 point lead in the half, and we blew it. Can
Who
you?
came back and beat you?
Florida State?
Florida State's a good team, aren't they?
No, not this year, buddy. Nope.
No.
Okay. So go ahead, Lee. Ask me, how many toes do I have?
I already know that.
What's the number?
For what?
Is it
You already
7,
said you already
8,
said you had- you already said
9,
you had 10. You already
9
said
and a
you had
half,
10.
or 10?
You know what you do, Joe? Start
Yes,
yelling and
thank
call people the C word, and you'll get like 40 people
Oh,
in there right away.
forget it, man.
Just start cursing at people.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that great?
Think about somebody you hate.
It really is great sometimes.
Just think about somebody you hate and just start
How-
cursing about.
How about this? How about that? I'll send the producer the fight that you guys had a year ago. I have a clip of you guys fighting your first time you guys meeting.
We've seen it already.
Oh, no.
I don't want to bring back those memories. I was painful.
We don't want to relive old
Yeah,
history.
Joe was sitting up there all peaceful and innocent, and I came and picked on him, and then he called me.
You wanted to see it the other night, Lee.
Yeah, I seen it already. I seen it today.
Okay.
Three times.
All right. There's
I answered underneath it.
Yeah, there's a
I'm
super
not
chat there
always,
from Carol.
We love you, Carol. Thank you.
Carol said, 1999 for such an
Carol, you're
excellent
the
show.
best.
I really enjoyed the boxing match tonight. Thank you so much.
Listen, we tried, but we're gonna entertain you guys. You know
Well,
what, Joe? I
who
think
do
we
you-
team up. I think we
who
team up
won?
and just boy. Oh my
We're
God.
going to entertain you, yes.
Okay, Joe, take your shirt off and dance for us.
You think what?
Yeah,
you know
this is
what?
the
I
late.
should take my jacket off.
Hold
I
on,
had
give me one
a
second.
very terrible day today. I had a very terrible day. I got the chills. I got stitches. I'm in bad shape.
Okay, so here's what you do.
I'm
Start
fighting with
cursing at
people left and right.
Okay, just start fighting with somebody right now, Joe. Let's get these numbers up. Think about somebody you hate besides me, and just start going
Here's
off
the
on that.
thing. I got to be honest with you, Lee. I would start
Yes.
cursing, but I really don't want anybody to see this stream. So I'll keep it tempered down unless we restart it. But you think I want people seeing this video?
So I hear that
So,
somebody was insulting you on their show.
I don't know.
tonight.
Maybe someone was? Who?
Yeah. He's about
Who?
5'8", 5'9".
He's got like a stump coming out of his head.
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah. Yeah. You,
No, he wasn't. No, that guy.
Yes,
let me
that-
tell you something. He's got a man crush on me. He really does. You
Someone
know what
just
I
wrote
was
some-
thinking was I was prepared for some little dude that is not, I made a joke last week. And then I did a show a couple of days after. I was waiting for him to come back. I was waiting for him to, respond. And I'll be 100. He didn't, and I'm very thankful.
a
Because I
handsome
don't even
kid.
hate that kid.
You didn't
You
age.
want to show your face, Kane Shades?
Yeah, but Kane Shade's kind of aged
You're
a
a
little
stud.
bit in the last year. In the last year, he's gotten older looking.
Okay. Now listen. Is there a delay? Can you hear me, Joe?
No, I can't hear you at all.
It's a little delay.
It is a little delay. One.
No,
Can you
now
hear me?
the one wasn't a delay.
Ooh.
No.
Okay. 2.
Yes.
3.
We got it.
Yes, you're good.
All right. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Let's
We
entertain
worked it
everyone.
out.
Yeah, we worked it out. Let's bust Lee's balls. Let's freaking get at Lee
If you
right
bust
now.
my balls, I just leave. I'm not in the mood to. I do the ball busting. You don't do the ball
But
busting.
why can't we do the ball busting?
Because then it gets mean because you guys have to say mean things.
No, we
and,
don't.
and I'm very sensitive.
Don't be sensitive, Lee.
Yeah, you're sensitive,
No, Teresa Murphy, 1999.
but you're sensitive.
No, I don't get sensitive.
Every time I
Thank
talk
you,
about you,
Teresa Murphy.
every time I talk about you
Um,
eating paint chips, you get mad.
Yes, because then that gets me thinking that you're working for the other side.
Yes.
You're wearing a wire. I think you're wearing a wire, Lee.
Have you ever ate a paint chip? Be honest.
No,
Not even a couple.
no. Now, but you're entertaining those other jerks. Why? When you're saying that,
Yeah.
Because I'm wearing a wire.
So Lee,
I think
I'm Joe
when
Messina.
you got arrested, you remember when you got arrested and
What
it was
time?
like they put like the picture of you. I think you were in leg irons or something. Did they try to get you to flip the cops?
Oh, let me tell you something. I was involved in New York in a burglary ring, and in Somers. You know where Somers is?
Right. You got burgers. Yeah, he ate burgers at Burger King. Yep.
Burglary.
The Burger King.
You know, burgle when you a burglar.
yes.
So
Yeah, burglary. Right.
Okay, do you
Not the
understand that
hamburger.
Somers is a very rich area, very affluent. So me and two of my friends, we used to, when this is back when I was young, and when I got busted, they wanted me to flip on my friends. They said I can go home that day if I flipped on them. One was my brother, and I said no.
Yeah, man.
You always have an opportunity to flip. Cops are always trying to solve case. And you know what he did? We robbed like 6 houses. We robbed 6 houses, and the state trooper comes in and goes, "Well, we have you robbing 70 houses in this area." I said, 70 houses? What the hell? The cop was trying to say, you guys robbed these 70 houses. And just to get rid of his cases.
Wow. And they were trying to put it on you.
Yeah, man. It's
That's
crazy.
what they do. They, whenever they got a burglary is very hard to solve. It's one of those crimes that, they have, everybody has stacks.
Not now, though.
Well, now the cops don't give a
Now
shit no more.
forget it.
Now there's
Yeah, but with that
everywhere.
DNA, that touch DNA and all that stuff.
And if you break in a house,
It's,
you don't even know. When you break in a house, you don't even know if there's a camera. You don't even know where the camera is. It could be in the teddy bear's eye,
Oh wow.
and it could be shooting to the police station the minute you walk to the door.
It's crazy to do crime nowadays.
Look at that, Joe. You put on a shitty show tonight, and you're still getting money.
Look at that raw $10. First of all, he's not putting
I
on a
mean-
shitty show because we're entertaining everyone.
I mean,
right
if I
now.
would have went to the door, yeah, it's very
If you would have went to the
I
door,
think
what?
it was either one of you guys said we were on a stream and someone said that he thought like being in turncoat or informant or a rat, you're born that way. I forget who said it.
I agree
And
with
it
that.
made me think, yeah, it made me
I
think
said
back to a story when I was like 8 years old. Me and a couple of my friends, we were on this candy store, Maddie's Candy Store on 86th Street and Bay 7th. So we would go in there and, take gum or whatever. So we go in there, grab our stuff. There was 3 of us. The third kid actually got grabbed by the owner, Maddie, but we kind of got out and got away. About 10 minutes later, the guy Maddie was with the kid. I'm not going to say his name. He dined me out, the kid. This was like 8, 9 years old. Dined me out over a pack of gum. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I
That was
think they're born that way.
1985.
They're born
So
that
yeah,
way.
I think you're right. You are born that way.
And it doesn't matter how this whole like what Lee
Oh,
does
thank
sometimes.
you.
Oh, he's a tough guy. It doesn't matter. You're born with that selfishness. You're born. It don't matter how tough you are. It's about integrity, and you're born with the selfishness, the weakness inside of you.
Well, let me tell you, Joe Messino. See, people don't realize that he went to prison. He went to prison. He got a 10-year sentence back in the 80s. And do you know that he only did 2.5 years of that sentence? Back in the 80s.
Yes, yes.
2 years of a 10-year sentence.
With that Brosco thing,
No,
Brosco never got him, did he? Brosco
no,
never
the
got
first, that he had nothing to do with that.
him. Okay.
Before that, he had a racketeer, not a racketeer in charge. He had a charge, and a bunch of guys got sentenced together, and he got 10 years, but he got out in 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what makes me, and I've been noticing that about a lot of these guys that I research, like the guy that was down in Florida, the guy that's here now, the new guy. What's his name again? You've been hit.
Dominic,
Yeah.
the one that's trying to be a rapper. Yeah.
Dominic, he was down. Dominic got a manslaughter in Florida. He got sentenced to 10 years, and he was out in 2.5 years.
Mm.
And that's why in New York, a lot of people thought he was a rat because he got. But the same thing happened to Messino. Messino got out. Why do you do 2 years of a 10-year sentence? It just makes no sense. Makes no sense unless they're letting you out and you work for them for how long? And how many gangsters do we know that did that, where they're working with the law for 20 years?
Yes.
Willie Boy.
Confidential informers. Yeah, Willie Boy.
Willie Boy.
So many of them. And how many do we not
Willie
know
Boy.
about? And Willie, and we don't know about a lot of people that do, But the more that
My old man and my grandfather, they loved Willie Boy. They spoke so highly of Willie Boy. I guess he
Yeah.
had a social club on Avenue U, and so did my grandfather. So they kind of, man, when they first thought he came out that he was, dropping the dime, they didn't believe it at first.
there's some guys that surprise you. You're shocked because Messino. You got to remember, Messino hated Bonanno because he thought Bonanno was a rat. Messino wanted to change the Bonanno name to the Messino. He wanted to change the name.
Yeah.
And so so what's the first thing he does? As soon as he gets sentenced, he walks into the judge's chambers and says, "Okay, I want to turn." As soon as he's sentenced, he doesn't go back to jail, nothing. He doesn't even leave the
Same
courthouse.
thing with Leonetti.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Goes right into the
But
judge's chamber.
Bonanno, he did basically give up shit that he shouldn't have talked about.
Yeah, writing that book. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? He did, without a doubt. But he's not. Joe Messino was so much worse. So much worse. The stuff that he did to his friends.
Yeah.
I mean, he murdered. He murdered. Check this out. He had this one friend, a friend that used to rob trucks with him. It was his second murder, and him and this guy used to rob trucks together. And so he decided to borrow $9,000 from the guy and then kill him so he didn't have to pay him back.
Fucking crazy. So are we gonna what are we doing now? We're gonna redo the thing now. I think we should title it Saturday Night Hangout.
No,
I
we're not
think
going to redo the fight
Yeah, I think that we should just title it Saturday Night Hangout.
because I
And
want to
then
watch the main. I want to watch the main fight on the card here.
What,
Yeah.
UFC's tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we gotta entertain the people, Lee.
Why is this avatar up?
What do you mean?
MB's avatar is up.
Okay. He has a picture of NB as his avatar. What the hell's the problem?
It's just a reminder of her, how beautiful she is. So I like to
Yeah. You're so
keep that
full of shit.
handy. Yes. Thank you. Hi, Maddie. How are you?
What's
Maddie,
going
how
on,
you
Maddie?
doing?
So
Damn
you
it,
were talking about
Mandy.
Joe Messino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know what's so funny? When you get disappointed when you research these people because people give these guys some kind of legacy and stuff, and then you realize that these guys have he murdered his friend for $9,000. So he didn't have to pay him back $9,000. And you never hear that about Joe Messina. But if you go check, if you read up on him, you hear, you know, it's there. So can you imagine that your best friend you're robbing trucks with, you kill him for $9,000?
Guys,
Joe,
stay
can
on.
you-
I'm going to log out. I'm going to log out and come back on a different computer to see if it's my laptop or the Wi-Fi. So you guys stay on.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave and come back.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Joe.
guys.
If you could retitle the show too, Saturday Night Hangout.
Yeah, it'll be Saturday night.
Hangout.
We'll
Whatever.
think of something. Shithole shit.
Yeah, Saturday
stone,
Night Hangout.
But
shit,
hanging
some
out
shit,
with the
yeah.
sexy Joe.
I would say Lee. Lee's pretty
Yeah,
good
no.
looking, especially now that he's
No.
done his.
You're a hairy Italian. You
Just-
got it all going on.
Just put hanging out with Lee Cole with the outer rhythm. That'll help the channel out. If you just
Yeah,
put
that's true.
Lee
That's
Cole.
true. It would.
Just
Yeah.
put Lee. Matter of fact, just put Lee Cole.
You know, this doesn't look good, me being here with 40 subs. I mean, it hurts me.
Oh, you cocky
know,
son of a
it's-
gun.
This is almost as bad as being at your show right now.
Oh, hey, Lee. I did pretty good last night, Lee. I stood on for 4 hours.
I'm very
I was
proud.
above 100.
I'm very proud of
I
you.
did pretty good.
I'm very proud of you.
Now let's talk about this whole aging thing. You think that I've aged? Is it because of the gray? Is it the gray?
You can see it in your face. You can see it in your lines.
Yes. Will be 43 in April.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you turn 40, it just happens. You got more
Yeah.
wrinkles than me, dude.
Yeah. So you look older than me?
No, I definitely look older than you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you got some hair dye going on too, you know.
No. This
You
is all
dyed that
gray.
hair of yours though.
No. I have not dyed my hair.
Neither have
dyed
I.
my hair.
I have not touched my head. That head does not get touched at all.
Lee, you need a wee pushback hat, Lee.
Huh? Send me one.
Oh, you want a wee pushback hat?
If you send it to me, I'll wear it.
Only have one.
Reach into that deep pocket of yours and buy me one.
I'll see what I can.
Oh, so FBS was talking about you today, saying that he was saying that you own no property and you rent there, and he goes, I have your records.
Yes.
You heard him say all that?
Yes.
Can you
Yes, I have.
imagine someone just talking about having another man's records? What kind of man does that to another man?
It's weird.
It's real weird.
It's weird, and I'm gonna say that whatever information he's getting, it's about maybe 85% wrong. Maybe there's 15% true. But at the end of the day, who cares? I call him out on his lies. I don't go into his personal life.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe Mike Wall asked me a question. I just want to answer. I'm sorry, you can't. Lee, have you ever been to Fenway Park? 3 times. I went to Boston with Fenway. Great times. But the only thing about sitting at Fenway Park, before they now they got the netting up, but I sat there when they didn't have the netting, and Fenway Park's very small. I was so scared because the balls came in so fast, and there's nothing more dangerous than a ball coming off a professional baseball player's bat. I'm sorry, Kane Shade.
Yeah, so I don't get into his personal life. All I do is just catch him in his lies. And the MobTube novellas is not all about him. It's about the crazy MobTube genre. It's not all about him. I like trolling him, really, to be honest with you. He's just so easy to troll. Like, who cares? To be honest with you, who cares? Like, why does he care what people think about him? He built NB's channel. He built NB's channel. He's helping me promote the Mob 2 novella season 2. So he beats.
You talking about IBS?
Well, you
yeah,
know who built my channel? JC. Without JC, I don't have a channel.
yeah.
He did.
Yeah, JC said that. JC said that he built my channel.
Right. And IBS built Vinny Bracco's channel. You see how well that's doing.
Does Vinny Bracco still have a channel?
Yeah, I watch it.
I didn't even know he was around then still.
Yeah.
He's really
I
still
like his
around?
channel. Yeah, like he's still around. He's low key. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. You got to respect that. He's low key. If he
Oh,
wants,
yeah.
you got to respect that.
What's up with him? In and out, in and out.
Is it bothering you, Lee, that he's doing that?
I think Joe has that internet you get from the government.
The Obama.
Yeah,
Biden.
it's like the government cheese.
Yeah, you got government cheese. You got
Yeah.
you got government sneakers.
Yeah.
I was
Let
just
me
thinking
tell you,
that,
I'm
right?
selling. If anybody want to buy sneakers, let me know. If anybody
size?
wants to look cool and they have a foot that's in like the 12, 13 range,
Mhm.
let me know. 12 or
What's-
13.
I am a 12.
Yep. These kicks will get you women. It'll help you out with a lot of things, your confidence, stuff like that.
What type of sneakers you got there?
What size are they?
No, they're 12s, but I'm saying what type of Nikes,
so he has-
Converse,
You got
Adidas.
baby feet.
What's your size shoe?
14 and proud.
No,
Like my hands, brother.
do the thing with the taking off the hat thing again. That was pretty freaking
Why?
funny. Yeah, I never seen you you without a hat.
I've done a lot of shows without no hat on.
Yeah, but you had like a little bit of hair. Like I've never seen you completely bald before.
Well, I'm just trying to look good for you.
You look like you might be
Hello,
part of
people.
the- Oh shit.
Oh, thank God.
thank
We got rid of that annoying host. What was his name again?
Finally, somebody knows how to. Joe, I don't know what's
Oh,
wrong with
yeah,
all the
that.
computers today. Something.
Hello?
Yeah, Joe.
What's up? Sorry, now I'm on my phone. So 2 laptops, no good. Let's see how the phone works.
Well, you got
Yeah.
you got a different internet than your phone, right?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you should be okay.
Yeah. This internet is I guess maybe what I'll do is this month I'll instead of buying new Jordans that are coming out, maybe I'll buy a laptop.
I can't understand how people waste their fucking money on sneakers.
When you get to a point of sneakers like I have, you don't buy them to wear them.
People
I
that
buy them to sell them or
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. If I want sneakers, I go to Walmart.
Yeah. You know.
I don't go to Walmart no more. I would go to like a Nike shop or something. You go to Nike's and get a pair of sneakers for 50, 60 bucks.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that Nike outlet. There's one down here. There's a Nike outlet. You get some
Yeah.
good ones. Mhm.
That's exactly why I buy Jordans
Mhm.
and buy expensive shoes.
But I have
Because
trouble.
when I was younger, I had to go to the Nike outlet.
Remember the British Knights? Oh, I love the
British Knights, the BKs, yep.
Yeah, I used to rock them. Yes.
The BKs, there were so many.
Joe, what's your favorite sneaker?
My favorite sneaker is
If you could buy any sneaker right now and you had to wear it, what would it be?
you know the ones that you put your toes in that make you look like you have all your toes, you know those shoes? Like
I'm asking you a serious question, Joe.
that is serious. No, my favorite pair is the Jordan number 9 MOPs.
And what do
Now
they go?
that shoe came out in 2018, and what that shoe came out for was Carmelo Anthony and the Syracuse Orangemen
Okay.
won the national championship in 2003. This shoe was released 15 years later. It was like a commemorative shoe for the championship, and it's like Carmelo Anthony / Jordan. MOP number 9 is what they call it. MOP is most outstanding player. They're
And
white, brown, and they have a little bit of gold in them.
how much do they go for?
Maybe like a G. Depends on the condition.
$1,000?
Yeah, grand. Yeah, they're vintage.
If they gotta be pristine though.
So what's
You
the
know, if
point-
they're
what's the
worn,
point?
if you wear them one time, forget it.
Why buy sneakers if you're not going to wear them?
Because, like I said, when I was
Just so you
poor,
can
I
have them in your
wanted all those
closet.
sneakers.
Just like
Yeah.
so you can have them in your closet and say, "Oh, I got those."
No, it's because when I was younger, I wanted them and I couldn't get them. So now I'm like, you know what? I could get them. Let me get them.
Yeah.
It's not something that I do subconscious. It's not something that I sit there and say, like, I didn't get these, let me go buy them. But there's something in the back of my head that's driving me to get these shoes. And I think that might have something to do with it. Because you're right. Who needs 100 pairs of sneakers?
I can understand paying money for sneakers if you're going to wear them, but if you got them and you're like, "Oh, I can't wear them; they're sensitive."
Yeah, it's like a collect. It's just weird. It's like
Well,
very,
I-
very weird.
I started collecting vinyl records, and I
Yeah.
have a vinyl record.
Well,
I
that's
got
more understandable, though.
and jewelry. Oh man, I got a lot of jewelry. I have a lot of rings. I'm into jewelry now. I
Okay,
collect
so what are you
jewelry.
wearing? Tell us what you're wearing around your neck.
Okay, I'm wearing this is a 10 carat right
Right.
here. Yeah. And then this is a Franco right here with the Star David. I have the Star David on me. And then
So you're Jewish?
I represent the Star David. I think
No,
the
are
Star
you
David is a
Jewish?
she. My grandmother was in a concentration camp. I honor. I have a matter of fact. I have a
Ah,
tattooed on me.
You don't have no murder tattoos, do you?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
My
wondering.
grandmother
yeah,
was.
he has that.
Listen,
He has that
I'm talking.
on the
I'm
small of
talking
his back.
serious. I'm talking serious. My grandmother was in a concentration camp. I honor the Star of David. I'm not Jewish. I'm not. I don't have Hebrew blood, but I honor the Star of David. Always have.
We all have Hebrew blood.
Yes.
Oh, the fights are over on UFC. They postponed the main event at the last minute, so someone's going to get fired.
Really?
Yeah, the guy
Jeez.
got sick. You know what it is? They got to do these weight losses, and they wind up getting
The
sick
weight
and rushed to
cut,
the
yeah.
hospital.
Well,
I
I'm
remember
glad
like a
you
couple
brought-
years, Khabib almost died from that.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
Remember when Khabib
What
had to
about-
rush to the hospital that night that he was supposed to fight?
Dana White slapping the shit out of his wife. They got it on
Oh.
camera. Come on, man. That dude's crazy, man. I can't believe he's not out completely.
Too powerful.
Yeah, but you've seen a lot of powerful people go down. Because that shit's crazy. He's on steroids. That's what it is.
No, he got smacked by his wife and he got mad.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about
but
the fight tomorrow night, though. That's a big one, huh? The
Yeah.
YouTuber versus the brother of Fury. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, but like we were talking about earlier, off air, I think that Jake Paul losing can't happen. Cannot
It's not
happen.
going to be fixed.
Yeah, I mean, because he could go to Tommy Fury and say, "Look, dude,
It's not going to
you're
happen.
gonna make $1 million for this fight. If you take a dive, I'll give you $5 million." And what
They
is
won't
Tommy
do it.
Fury gonna do?
They won't do it. That culture, those gypsies don't do that shit, dude.
Yeah, but let me
They don't
what.
do it.
But what's the upside for Tommy Fury? If he wins, he
How
beat
much
a
money the
YouTuber.
Furies have? They got $1 billion. They don't need a. They're not going to tell him that their name means more to them than anything. And the father told him point blank, if you lose that fight, don't come home. And that's why he kept pulling out of the fights. He's actually saying, if I lose my fight, I'm humiliating my family. That family ain't taking no dive.
Do you wanna bet?
They're not. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a vicious knockout. Remember, I said that.
Mhm. Do you want to bet?
Mm-mm.
Do you want to bet?
I don't want to bet. No, I don't.
You wanna
No,
bet
no,
me on
me
the
and
fight?
Lee, no, me and Lee do these little friendly bets, and I haven't even honored. I was supposed to wear what, a Ninja Turtle? You never
It's
bought
too
me a
easy of a
Ninja.
bet. I'm not going to bet you on that because they're not. He's not going to take a dive.
Mhm.
Those kind of gypsies won't dive, man. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
If Tommy
Boxing
Fury-
is the
if Tommy
shadiest of the
Fury-
shady.
If Tommy Fury wins, he gets double the purse. Lee is 100% correct. Thank you.
But if Tommy Fury wins, how much money is lost by Jake Paul losing?
No,
Tens of millions.
his fights have been losing money, dude. He hasn't even been making money on his fights. Why do you think he went over to Saudi Arabia? Because the Saudis will pay you anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
why they
smart
went over
move.
there. He hasn't even been making money.
Really? I'm not sure
He's
about
been
that.
Yes, his last 2 fights, he has lost money, big time.
Well, I
That's why
heard
he's
that.
fighting, that's why he's fighting in Saudi Arabia.
I heard the top three pay-per-view fights of the last 10 years was De La Hoya Mayweather, Jeff Nadeau against Johnny Jackson from Jersey, and Jake Paul and Nate Robinson.
Well, he did make money in his very first fight and even his second fight. People, though, by the last 2, he didn't. They lost money. They had very
Really?
yes. Just look up the figures; they're there for you.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, they barely keep figures, and that's why he's going to Saudi Arabia, because the Saudis will be there to watch his fight, and they'll pay him big money. They'll overpay him. They have
See,
so much
now-
money. We got billionaires. They got trillionaires.
Yeah, the
Yeah, they
Saudi,
do.
the Saudis are buying WWE. You know,
And Vince McMahon's smart. He's going to sell it for 3 times what it's worth.
Bro man, top G2GG. Look at the fight. Look at the record of the fighters that Tommy Fury has fought. One guy's professional record of a guy that he beat: 10 wins, 102 losses. Tommy Fury has fought like 8 times or whatever. They have a combined win-loss record of 24 wins and 176 losses. Who's the legitimate fighter? That's not legitimate. Tommy Fury to me is not a legitimate fighter, but whatever. He's his brother. I mean, he's only getting this because of his brother, his name. I mean, nobody who wants to see this if his last name wasn't Fury. Because once you look at that record, yeah, man, 10 wins, 102 losses.
It's funny that you just talked about Jeff Nadeau's fight, and as you did that, he's texting me.
That's why he's texting you.
No.
Yeah,
You talk
yeah,
to that-
yeah.
You talking to him, Lee, on the phone?
Huh?
That's your buddy?
Because I text somebody doesn't make me their buddy. He asked me something, I'm answering. What, you text only your buddies and nobody else?
No, I'm just saying that.
I mean,
yeah. Honestly,
you know how many
yeah.
buddies? I got 2 buddies in this world. I mean,
you're not my friend, Lee.
What?
You
You're not
text
my
your
friend,
friend.
Lee.
What are you talking about?
You're not my. We text all the time.
Thank you, Edwin. We love you, Pope Edwin the First.
One thing I could tell you about the Nadeau, he was right about the Miami Hurricanes basketball a year ago.
He's a big handicapper, Jeff, isn't he?
Yeah, man, he had the Hurricanes in the Sweet 16, and no one did. And
Yeah. I know. That's actually the worst thing that could happen that's the worst thing that could happen to a gambler, because now they think that they're like the foremost affiliate. You know, I've had conversations with Jeff, and Jeff swears up and down that he's ahead in gambling. He's made a lot of money. I said, okay. The gamblers I know, forget about it.
Picture this fight. Jeff Nadeau against Joe.
Yes. Yep.
Let's handicap that. What would the odds be on Jeff Nadeau against Joe?
Okay, so you got Joe admitted that he has 9 toes, correct, Joe?
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't mean anything.
he might be able to tip you over.
Doesn't
Yes,
mean
yes.
anything. I'm a
could be an-
tripod, so it doesn't
it-
make a
It
difference.
could be an advantage, right?
Yeah,
I'm
which-
saying it could be an
it's like the
advantage.
big toe. If you're missing the big toe, you're gonna have problems.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, if I was gonna fight him, I would have to what? Walk from the dressing room to the ring and then step up about 3 steps, climb through the ropes, and enter the ring? Just doing that would have me so pissed off that when I saw him in the ring, I rip his fucking head off. He'd be
Yeah,
getting
but
knocked out.
What happens? Wait.
Yeah.
What happens if he hits you with one of those powerful looping lefts?
Yes.
I mean, come down like that and bam.
Yeah. Well, but I'm telling you, I'd be furious that I had
Okay,
to
what would you do if you
walk.
okay, here's a better one,
I'd
Joe.
be like, you made me do this? You know, I'd be like, Sammy, look at what you made me do.
Joe, what do you do if you went in the ring with him, right? And 10 minutes later you woke up.
I would pull, who's the one who just left YouTube, never to be seen again? I'd pull a Vincenzo Testaverde, a Vinnie Green. I'd be out like a scout. You would never see my face again.
Or Vinnie Green. There's a few of them. Chicago Muscle. There's a few of them that just up.
So,
Angel says her money's on Joe.
Huh?
Angel said her money's on Joe.
guaranteed. How about this? How about this?
Angel,
put
come
the-
on. You
I'll
gotta
come
give-
in the ring. I'll come in the ring. You could put a potato sack over my head, and you could tie one on my right arm behind my back. And it'll be even matchup then.
See, you're underestimating him because he's known for having like a bionic left.
No,
Yes, he has knocked out.
Bionic
many
left?
with that.
you're
What?
underestimating me.
The dude has a bad not what?
Okay, what happens if he goes and like works out and fucking gets a six pick.
Well, then you're gonna have to test him for steroids. If
Yeah.
that happens.
What happens if he starts juicing up and he comes in and he's fucking diesel?
Yeah, well, with all jokes aside, I do give him credit for getting in the ring because that, I mean,
Yes.
No, that ain't easy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to,
Yeah.
and he had a nice crowd there. They had a nice. It wasn't like there was a few people there.
yeah.
They had a nice crowd.
The only thing is that was a little, like when that dude Jersey Joe hit him and he did the Macarena, that was it. When that dude did the Macarena, I was like, this fight's over.
I thought Jeff won the fight.
No.
I thought he won the fight.
So
Yeah,
is
I
it true?
remember. Yeah.
Is
He
it true?
he might have won if it went another round or two
Yes,
because the
that's
dude
what
would have died of exhaustion.
That other guy was getting exhausted. I mean, Jeff was in better shape than Jersey Joe.
So is
The
it
other
true?
guy was much busier with his hands.
Is it true you paid for that pay-per-view, Lee?
Yeah, I paid for it. I paid for that. I overpaid. I overpaid for it. A matter of fact, I called up and I said, "How much is it?" They said $1. They said $1.99. I said, "I'll pay $2.49."
Oh, yeah.
I heard that it did 100,000 buys. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. Those are great numbers.
Could you picture a view for them though? You're talking 500,000. You're talking 500,000 buys right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I would, I don't know, man. I'd probably train for a couple of weeks. Yeah. The problem is how tall is Jeff?
He's about 6'2".
Okay, so it'd be an even matchup.
But don't you got to pass like a physical and all this other stuff? And
I don't know.
Is there like a rule where you need 10 toes to fight?
That could be. If look, you know how they they have the no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter can't be saved by the belt. They have the 10-toe rule. If you don't have 10 toes, you're disqualified. So
I got
You're right.
Joe, I got a better fight. You against BK Shallon.
oh my God. That would be forget about it. See, Mike thinks he's a boxer, and quite. Maybe he is, but you know, I know how to run. How about
Okay,
that?
make a prediction. You guys have a 8-round fight. Who's taking it?
Me, hands down. I would win. Let's see. So 8-round fight. It's a 10-point must system. So if I won 8 rounds to zip, it'd be what? 80 to 72? So if I won all 8 rounds, it'd be 80-72.
So you're saying
I predict that if we fought, the score would be 90 to 62 because every round would be 10-8. So yes, thank you.
so you're showing no love for your brother.
Yeah, he's my little brother though. See, that's the difference. He's a tough kid, but you know, maybe in a few years he'll get me, Mike.
Okay, I got another one. Gunsmoke against King Shade.
I get him. Well, I'm 40. Listen.
Don't say
43.
he's like he's almost 40.
Okay, all right.
You
I'm
guys are like
43.
almost the same age. Plus, he's
Okay,
only-
wait a minute now. I got one. Okay, could I pick one?
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Lee Cole versus Jesse Roth. Who wins that one?
Jesse Roth.
Oh yeah,
Once she takes,
Yep.
oh my God! Once she lifts up her arm, I'm going down.
she'll
See-
run you into the turnbuckle and like grab the ropes and like crush you with her weight. Oh my God! Could you imagine?
I wouldn't want Gunsmoke as a boxing match. I'd go.
I
straight
actually
to-
think that would be a good boxing match.
I want Pennsylvania. I would do 3 rounds with
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
but he won't pass the physical. He has a bad heart.
I probably won't pass the physical anyways.
Now I want to
We'll
see
do it
you. I want to see you in the smoke.
in the smoke. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
Gunsmoke. I want to see you in Gunsmoke.
What past what physical? You think these are like going to be licensed fights
Yes.
like we're in the WBA?
Yeah.
It's going to be in my fucking backyard. We don't need no license. I mean, come on. Lee will be in your corner, and I don't know who will be in his. Gunsmoke will be in his, and it'll be like what's his face, Kimbo Slice, the backyard fights. Yes.
With all jokes
Bucky
aside,
Palermo.
How about this one? Angel against Miss Can't Be Wrong.
No, we can't match up a woman against a man, so forget that. We got to go woman on woman. So that's the one thing we can't do. It's like it has to be gender appropriate, the fights. You know what I mean? It can't be. That's why I said you and Jesse Roth, Lee.
now I want to do a disclaimer. We're all joking around here, right? This is
Definitely.
joking. This is I would never fight anyone off of YouTube unless it came my way. So to the Pennsylvania guy, I know you're a little schizophrenic and I'm gonna fight King Shades. Oh. Listen, we're joking.
It's a joke,
that's-
IBS.
We just gave him a whole show.
Right.
We just get King Shades wants to fight me. I'm going to your house.
Right.
Listen, I'm not trying to fight anyone off of YouTube, but if you bring it my way and disrespect, where I live.
We got to put Jesse up against somebody because we need that Mexican
Mhm.
boxer.
Yeah. We need that spirit, that Mexican
Yeah, so
spirit.
we gotta-
You know what I mean?
who
Yeah.
would it be for Jesse? If I need one, who I'm putting in the ring if I need one person to win that fight for us?
Who?
Josie.
like a woman fight.
No, I'll put Josie up against men.
But who would Josie fight? Like as a woman? Like the Roth one? That Roth chick?
No,
IBS's wife would be a good fight. They hate each other.
that would not be a good fight.
It'd be good for us, maybe not for her, but yeah. So you got to tell IBS we're joking. Like, remember the guy showed his
Yes.
nuts on the TV on his show? He showed his nuts. Hey, did you get his phone number?
You ever notice
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Do you know?
I know you didn't get his number.
Did you ever notice anybody that shows their penis on here always has a tiny one? What the hell is that about?
Yo, Lee, last night, bro, someone tried to, I think it was the name was Johnny. Someone tried to come on the show with their little thing there.
Same thing. And what people like with tiny ones, they want to show them. You should be ashamed to show it.
Who's this? Is this Team Pizza guy a derelict or not? Team Pizza for life.
Anybody
Announce yourself.
anybody that says they're on Team Pizza really
Yeah.
has a lot of mental issues.
You must have some dirty fingernails, man, and some dirty hands, let me tell you.
So who would we match pizza up against?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Honestly, FBI or IBS would be a good one. What about MRE? Wait a minute. MRE and IBS. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, and again, another
Yeah.
disclaimer.
Yeah.
These are jokes, guys.
Right.
Yes.
Jokes.
And Polly against Leon.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. I'm going with MRE, and I will say he'll stomp a mud hole in IBS's ass. But, okay, so that's just a prediction. Pizza and Gay Z. Oh, Ron Gross finally said something that makes a little sense. That's cool.
You know, Gay Z throws a punch like a woman. You just know Gay Z that he does.
But he's a Mexican fighter, Gay Z. We forgot about him. He's with the cartel.
Oh no, yeah, but he just has that look like he's gonna go like that.
Yeah.
He has that look. He has that look like you could tell he's never been hit before.
Yeah, he's
That look, like
he's part of
never
the
been hit
cartel
before.
crew. Lesso, Lesso. We got to get Lesso in. Yep, that Maddie. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Lesso's like in his 70s.
Look, Lesso's Italian, and like I said, if you get an Italian in the ring and he's got to make that ring walk and walk up the steps, he's going to be furious. So,
How about an exhibition? Lesso against Tommy.
who?
Real deal.
Tommy, real deal.
Yeah, because
Oh.
a friendly exhibition because they're both in their 70s. So, you know.
That would be good for Josie. We just found it. Maddie, good one.
Josie against who?
Righty.
Oh, Josie would win.
Yeah.
She would go right through him like it's nothing. All
Family
90 pounds of him. She'd hit him in his rib cage and break all his ribs at one punch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen,
For those,
guys, we're joking. All you
Yeah.
guys that we're talking about, we're
I ain't
joking.
fucking
Don't-
joking.
Right.
Cut this shit. You guys
Nope.
sound like a couple pussies. We're joking.
It's no. It has nothing to do with it.
They become vicious cocksuckers. Oh, yo, we're gonna get your social security number now. Oh,
I'm not even worried about that.
you want to fight me?
You know
Well,
what
I'm
the
gonna find
problem
out
is?
where you live. Oh, yeah.
The problem is I got a pack of piranhas behind me, and if they see people getting at me, you know what I mean? They get like they're ready to jump and do something, and I don't want to do that. So I don't want to have to get somebody hurt. Who? Naked City. You don't know where Naked City is, Bruce City. Come on. We run Vegas.
You know, they
Yeah,
have
but
a YouTube channel that has a couple million views, and you know what the only thing they show? They show women pole vaulters from foreign countries.
some of them are hot. Yeah,
Oh man, I'm telling you, some of them,
Yep.
and they wear their things up their butts and everything.
Oh yeah. That
God.
soccer player I'm in love with, that blonde soccer player. She looks like a stuck-up bitch. She's blonde. She's always wearing the
The one that wears the shorts and they go up her butt.
yes. Yep. Yeah, man.
I'll tell you, like in Sweden, that whole team is like every woman looks blonde, blue eyes, and got like the perfect built and everything. And
Yeah.
when they jump up and their shorts go up their butt, they leave them there. They don't pull them out.
Okay, guys, I have a great a topic about sucker punching, right?
We're
Lee-
talking about women pole vaulters, fine looking asses, and now you're going to talk about sucker punches.
Yes,
he
I
wants
want
to
to
get
talk
off
about.
women. He doesn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, he gets nervous about women, though. I noticed that. You get
Yeah.
nervous when we talk about women.
No, because I got a better topic, Lee. Come on, Lee.
Okay.
Listen, I want to talk.
hot pole vaulters.
What's a better topic than talking about women? Come on, let's be realistic now. That's the best topic to talk about.
Okay, then let's
Women?
talk about.
How
let's
about
talk-
Abby? You guys know who Abby Steiner is?
No.
She's the fastest 200 runner in the world. And watch Abby Steiner. Go to YouTube and watch Abby Steiner.
Is she black?
No.
Because I thought you only dated black women, Lee.
No, he's Spanish. Women.
Who
Oh,
said that?
Spanish. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like him golden.
Mm.
I like him golden like King Shade.
Okay. Now, the guy gets weird. You know, he goes from women to weird stuff. Now, let me get back to the topic. I want to talk about sucker punching.
Oh,
right?
here we go, sucker punching.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's a great topic.
Okay, I know what you're gonna say, King Shade. You want to fight once by throwing a sucker punch.
No, that's not what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, look, because we had this argument about Masvidal and the sucker punch. Remember that, Lee? I know you're getting old, Lee. But Masvidal, remember Masvidal, Jose Masvidal, did that
Yeah,
sucker
it's
punch?
Masvidal.
Masvidal, I said it. Masvidal.
You know, you're
Okay.
making you sound like you're saying.
I'm like, because I'm like, who the hell is Jose Mazel Tov? I'm thinking like
Yeah.
when you crack the glass, Mazel
Yeah.
Tov. I'm like,
I'm
what?
saying Masvidal.
Hey, Cletus.
Masvidal.
Yeah, game bread. Yeah, Masvidal.
Hey, Cletus said he wants to fight me.
I'm going with Cletus. Thank you, Cletus, for the bone 99. We appreciate it.
And it's not Cletus, it's Cletus. Okay, get his name right.
So what about Masvidal?
Okay, so I believe the topic was that sucker punching is a sucker move. Now, I believe that if someone does something degenerate to you, like, and we're not talking about Masvidal, but I'm just saying that
Dude, we
if
already
someone-
had this debate. Listen, I don't
You're
want
gonna-
to. Do you
Yo,
understand?
listen, you're gonna
Bring
sit
it
there,
to the
asshole. You're
masses.
gonna listen to what I'm about to say.
I'm
Lee.
about to
Bringing it
I'm
to
about
the
jump off.
masses.
You're gonna jump, you son of a. Okay, then
Because I don't feel like talking about. I don't want to re-argue and rehash something.
We're
here.
not
I
going
wanna
to
talk-
re-argue. Just let me hear it real quick, and then
Yes, God damn it, Lee.
Someone might. I hear someone at my door.
You know what? Forget about it, because I'm onto something with the sucker punching thing.
we'll. Okay,
I
go
believe-
ahead.
I believe if someone does something degenerate, like sexual harass your woman, they break into your house, and you want to handle the things, you want to hand it on the streets. There's no, and if you see that guy pumping gas or whatever, there's no put your hands up. No, it's on site, because that person that did that degenerate stuff should know it's coming. So I believe a sucker punching, as far as that it's valid. What do you think about that, Joe?
Well, here's what I think. I think that if you're in a street fight, okay, so
Mhm.
I would never, like, if I had a problem with someone, my goal is always to land the first couple of punches. I'm not going to give that man any time to throw punches at me, because, normally the first couple of punches that land normally do the most damage. So in a street fight, there's no rules. And, I don't think, like, I'm going to say, well, you know what? I could have sucker punched the guy, but I gave him an opportunity, to fight me, face to face. I mean, it's a street fight. So
Yeah.
you do what you got to do to
Okay,
win.
so, okay, wait. How about if you punch somebody that's not expecting to fight, and you just run up behind them like a little bitch and punch them in the back of the fucking head?
Yeah, we're not talking about the Masvidal thing right now. We're talking
Okay,
about
well,
a
I'm
whole
just
different.
yeah. Well, you were talking about
Yeah.
sucker punches. You know how many people die from sucker punches?
Yes. Okay.
People
What
die
we're-
all the time from sucker
Right.
punches.
But Lee, Kobe Covington disrespected the hell out of that man.
Oh no,
Kobe
no.
Covington.
He did not.
Kobe Covington saw him at that restaurant.
Okay, so
If
why
he
couldn't
just walked and
wait a
whistled
minute?
and
Why
Dixie-
couldn't Masvidal say, "Let's do it"? Why
What?
couldn't he be a man? You know why he wouldn't fight him face to face?
Because he couldn't beat Kobe.
he couldn't beat Kobe. So like a little
Right.
bit.
So what do you do then? You sucker punch him.
Yeah, but that was the most expensive sucker punch he ever threw.
All right, Joe, let me ask you something. Someone sexually harasses your woman, right? And you see them at the gas station and they're pumping gas. Are you gonna just wait and tap, hey, no, you're gonna fucking rush the motherfuckers right there.
Right.
You're gonna
Yep.
rush that motherfucker right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
The rage. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
If you are
Yeah.
a professional fighter, you should never run up behind somebody like a little bitch and punch him. Because
we're not talking about the Mastodon thing.
No,
right
no.
now.
How about the guy in New Zealand? He was a ranked fighter. He's leaving a bar, and another guy runs up who wasn't a fighter, punched him in the back of the head, and he died.
yeah.
I mean, these guys are professional fighters. You don't be punching people from behind.
Yeah.
That's bitch shit.
Yeah, XXX. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like at least talking about apples. I'm talking about oranges.
But if you're beefing with someone and
Yes.
it's like serious, you don't think
It's on site. It's on site.
No, running up behind somebody and punching somebody because you know you can't beat them is a
Yeah,
bitch move.
yeah. You're talking about apples. I'm talking about oranges. I'm talking about on the streets. It's on site if someone does something degenerate to you, because that person's walking around. That person's walking around doing degenerate stuff. So he should expect
Is that how you
at
fight?
any time.
Is that how you fight King Shade? Punching
If
people?
I see one of my enemies,
I can
that
honestly
did-
proudly say that I've been in maybe 20 fights in my life.
Mm.
I've never suckered.
Yo, I've fought my buddies. I've fought my buddies. Like we used to do friendly fades. That's nothing. But I'm talking about a different topic. I'm talking about when you're on the streets and you're doing something degenerate, then it's on site.
You know what I used to see that when I was down? Let me tell you what I
Yeah.
used to see that when I was working down in New York City. I used to see kids come from from Harlem and stuff, and they used to wait for the white kids coming from upstate, and they would be down in the city not expecting it. They would run up behind them and punch them in the back of the fucking neck, where they would spit, and they would go down and start going into seizures, and they would pull the necklace off their neck.
Yes,
That's a punch from behind. That's
Yes,
a
that-
coward shit.
that is some coward shit. You're talking about apples. I'm talking about oranges. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you, Lee?
No, I understand that you fight like a girl.
No, I'm not saying I fight like that. I'm saying that in the streets, it's on site. If someone does something to you degenerate, it's on site.
Yeah, it's on site. Do it to their face. Don't punch them from behind like a little bitch.
So if someone did something, broke into your house, or
I want them to see my face. Oh, if someone
Yeah.
breaks, dude, that's totally different. Someone breaks in your house. They're in your house. You got to defend your life.
No, but if you see him at the gas
No,
station,
it's totally different, dude. It's totally
no,
different.
yes, but if you see them at a gas station, that person knows that they're walking around and they're knowing they're doing grimy shit to people. So they should already know what's coming to them.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yes, Joe, please explain
Oh,
to
so they
to
should
Lee.
know that they're going to know. So they should know that some bitch is going to punch them in the back of the neck.
Well, they
What
shouldn't.
wins-
They shouldn't
what
be
wins
sexually
wars?
harassing. They shouldn't be sexually harassing people.
Who's talking about sexually harassing?
But Joe, that's what I'm saying, Lee. If
the
a
element
guy's
of
out there-
surprise.
thank you.
This is like the stupidest conversation I've ever had.
No,
Yeah,
because
Are you sure you have been punched in the back of the head a few times, King Shade?
I've gotten sucker punched a few times.
I'm
yes.
sure you have.
Yes. Lee, you don't know shit about the streets, Lee.
Lee,
I don't
what'd
know
you
why
do in
shit about
jail?
what.
Yeah.
Lee,
You don't know
were
shit
you
about the
fighting when
streets,
you
Lee.
were in jail?
Okay, I know nothing about the street. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Dade
Ooh.
County. I
Yeah,
grew
you
up in Dade County.
Oh,
I grew up in the
Yeah.
streets of New York City, dude, not Dade
Okay.
County.
Okay, but I'm
Okay,
what I'm
don't-
saying.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. My time on the streets is a lot more than yours.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, but what does that have to
Lee
do?
goes back to prohibition.
Yes, he does. He was
It doesn't matter when I go
smuggling.
back.
He was smuggling alcohol and all this other stuff. I heard everything about you, and you're involved in the Texas Mafia too. I know.
Are you guys going to bring me on here? So you guys want to go 2-on-1 and shit? Is this what we're here for right now?
Okay, no,
That
no,
was
Lee.
something we
You guys being a
discussed
couple-
earlier. We tossed it
You guys
around a
are like-
little.
You guys be acting like a couple little bitches right now. If you're gonna fucking argue with me, do it 1-on-1.
Look, we talked about ganging up on you, but I threw cold water on it, so I'm
No,
letting
no,
King
you
Jay
know,
handle
you know what it is, dude? You know what it is? You hate the fact that, that you can't be a 62-year-old man like me.
We're sucker
Yeah.
punching you right now, Lee.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
No,
sucker
you're
punching.
not sucker. No, you're not sucker punching me.
I think this fight is better than Pacquiao Bradley. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Well, it's sure the hell's better than that cable you got.
Lee, we're
Yeah,
entertaining.
let me tell
Lee.
you, you're 100% right.
Yeah. It's entertainment, Lee.
We should come up with 12 topics for Lee and Kane Chase to discuss. We'll have a 3-minute argument and we'll vote
Debates.
who won each round.
Let's
Yeah.
do debates. Yes.
Do you guys realize if you put your channels together, you still don't equal my channel?
No.
Ooh.
Yes,
minute.
but I don't have a
Is that
channel.
what this is
so-
really about?
Wait
Yeah,
a minute. Wait a minute. How
Is
many
that what it's really about?
subscribers? How many subscribers? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about right now, Lee. But how many subscribers does this channel have right now?
Come on, please.
What? I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking.
Probably about. I'm not going to get into it. This ain't Joe's
What,
channel.
this channel?
Wait, first of all, this ain't Joe's channel.
No,
Right.
no, but it's the
I'm
channel.
talking
You're
about
talking about
Joe.
this
I'm
channel.
talking about you. I'm not talking about MB.
Right.
No, but we're on NB's channel, so let's talk about it.
No. I'm talking about you and Joe.
See, here's why he doesn't want to
Joe
talk
has
about
no
it, because
subs.
she
Joe
has
has no subs.
7,000. Wait a minute. She has 7,000 subs. And for
9,000.
some reason,
9,000.
for some reason, if someone goes over a certain threshold and that person's name is not Lee Cole, they bought subs. So that's basically what it comes down to.
Who said that?
I said that.
Who did I say bought subs?
Who didn't buy subs that you
Me.
said?
I've never bought subs ever.
I've never bought.
I
something.
know you haven't, but other people have.
People do all the time on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It defeats the
It's,
purpose when you do that.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I don't even know if because it just like, who would do that for what reason? I mean, I don't get it. Is it like does it make you feel good if, I mean,
It's people that can't do it themselves.
right.
What it comes down to.
And I'm one of them. That's why I keep trying to get on Lee's show.
No, Joe, I don't think you're one of them. I thought you had actually a good channel, and then you went all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, I did. Because I
No.
stopped taking my medication.
No,
Well, I
you
cut
came
down on the
you were
snacks.
doing-
That was the
you
problem.
came on, you had a good channel. Just inconsistent. I don't think you're all about YouTube. You probably don't even really care about YouTube.
I actually care a little bit about YouTube, because what has happened is when I was out, the support that I got from certain people that I've met through YouTube kind of made me think like, you know what, I met some humps, but there are some really good people. The Carols and the Edwins and the Steve and the Cletus and Facts Over Feeling, Angel, you, Kane Shade. So we got a pretty good system. Todd Father, the usual
Yes.
suspects. So
And do the Pitbull. Man, that guy's fantastic.
yep. Yeah, so
There's some really great people on here, definitely. And Lee's one of
I
them.
was thinking the same thing, Biggs, but I didn't want to say it. You know what I mean? So it adds, buying subs adds inches to you, Yes. The Carols, Mike Wall,
Teresa
I mean-
Murphy.
T. Murphy, yep.
Yes.
Jeff Nadeau.
Nadou, Nadont. Yeah, I haven't talked to Jeff in a while. I mean, at one point we were
Tom LaVecchia.
Tom LaVecchia, Vinny Braca. So BK Skip,
Angel Gotti.
we said Angel. BK Skip, BK Shalin, BK Vinny Bracco, BK.
Yeah, fucking so many BKs, man.
Imagine, try going out to lunch with those three. Forget about it. They were all answering the same questions.
Here's the thing. Can you imagine if any of us met people, like when you see people and you don't know what they look like, you kind of put a figure in your imagination, and when you see them, you'll be shocked.
Yeah, man.
You know you'll be shocked.
Yep. Yeah, it's
I'll bet
Thank
you.
you,
I'll
Boots.
bet you Jesse looks like that little wrestler. What's his name? The guy that wore the
Oh.
mask, King James.
Rey Mysterio.
I bet you it is Rey Mysterio. Jesse probably has the mask on at home.
Yeah, yeah,
Hooks
yeah,
with it.
and don't let the baby voice fool you. Like
I don't listen.
Right.
I don't underestimate anybody ever.
Yes.
We may all know each other, but nobody knows like who's really nuts
right.
or who.
Like Biggs. Like Biggs, okay?
Yeah.
Answer, I meet everyone, you're right. But answer this question. The people on YouTube that talk about me, is it any of the people that I've met in person that I don't talk to anymore? Have you noticed that? How come the people that meet me that I no longer talk to that have met me, how come they don't come on YouTube and talk about Bay 8? Exactly. So that's why I like to meet people. Thank you, Cletus, to let them know, like, hey, I'm a real person, and if you think you're gonna do some crazy shit, well, guess what? We'll go out to lunch, and you're
And
paying.
nobody knows. It's like when people do stupid shit, like go to someone's house. You
Yep.
never know whose fucking house you're going to.
Yeah, I know.
Smart
I know.
street guy, a
Yes.
smart street guy would never do something like that.
Lee, you're 1000% on that.
You never know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You guys are so absolutely incorrect, because what man is going to talk about another man's family and come into their house and hurting them? I don't give a fuck whose house it is. You
Hey, I
ain't
wasn't
hurting me
talk-
and mine,
I wasn't
homie.
talking, Joe. I wasn't talking about that.
No, but I'm telling you, man, when someone goes after your family and threatens your family and threatens to come
Well,
to your
Joe,
house,
okay, let me ask you a
okay.
question, Joe. What would you have done if you went there and then he was nuts? He came out with a pistol and just started blasting away.
Well, here's the thing.
You would have died
If
in the
I
street.
would've went
for
to
no
his house-
reason over YouTube.
Okay, so what would you do, Lee, if you knew that if you go to this guy's house, he might have a pistol and he might shoot you? What would you do, Lee?
I wouldn't go to nobody's house.
No, if you had to go.
I wouldn't go to nobody's house. Why would
If
I
you
go?
had to
I would-
go, if
I
you
would
had to
not
go,
to-
wait a minute. If
I would
you
not go into
had to
somebody
go,
else's. I would not go into somebody else's territory.
if you had to go to someone's house and you knew they had a gun, what are you going to do when you go to their house?
Dude, I wouldn't go to their house if they had a gun.
Answer the question. If you
I
had
just
to
told
go,
you.
if you had to
Okay,
go,
there's nothing that can make
it's a
me.
simple answer.
The only way is if that I would go to someone's house if they were holding someone I loved in their house.
No, the only way I would go to someone's house who I thought had a gun was I would have a gun. See, that's the difference. So for you to think that I would go to someone's house and I'm going just holding my dick in my hands, you got to be absolutely crazy. Guaranteed off your rocker.
And I'm sorry. And listen, BK, I'm sorry about. I disagree when you go show up to get into fights and stuff.
We weren't showing. I wasn't showing up to get into a fight. I was
No,
showing
BK
up to
said it a
resolve
couple
something.
times. It's not the right thing to do, man. You just should never do
Yeah,
it.
but look what happened. No more pictures, no more threats, no more this, no more that. So it worked out in the end.
If things are going to be handled, they should be handled off of YouTube.
But here's the thing. But the whole thing is, okay, here's what it comes down to. Everybody on YouTube talks like they're tough. So when someone steps up and says,
I
yo,
don't ever talk
let's
like I'm
meet
tough.
up, then that person right away, he's wrong. But everybody on YouTube threatens each other. Why don't you go after them? Someone threatened me, so I went and said, you know what? I'm going to handle that with force.
I can't even remember the last time I threatened anybody on here.
Everybody threatens everybody. Pull up, do this. I'll come to your house. We'll do this. We'll do that. I'll shoot you. I'll do this. Okay. And that's cool. But if someone takes one of those threats seriously and acts on it, that person's completely wrong.
Now, Joe, I have a question for you. What if someone showed up at your house, like at 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, midnight, and you're
gone.
Lee, let me finish. If someone shows up at your house, right, and you're in the truck or you're just you're not aware of what's going on, and they're just taking pictures of your house, and they don't tell you they're just creeping. They're wearing all black, and then later, in a few weeks, hey, I was at your house.
You can't sit on my house. You can't sit on my house. My house is 15 feet off the sidewalk, and it's
Yes,
about
but
60
this is
feet.
hypothetical.
It's about 60 feet off the sidewalk, and I
I'm
got a
talking
bird's eye view
hypothetical.
looking down. You
It's a
can't sit on my house. It's too wide open.
Lee, I mean,
There's no houses
Joe,
across the street from me. It's all wide open, so you can't sit on my house.
yeah, it's a hypothetical. Hypothetical. I'm saying it's creepy when someone comes to your house.
Right.
And
That's why
it's-
you go to that person's house.
yes.
That's why you go to someone's house. You go to their house to prevent them from coming to your house. Because that person knows if he comes to my house, well, you know what? He came to my house,
Yeah,
so
how
if
about
I go
this?
to
How
his,
about
he's
this?
gonna come back to me.
How
You
about,
know,
just,
it's
how about just telling them to meet you in a neutral place instead of going to people's houses?
Yes.
you think I didn't say meet me in a neutral place?
Did it accomplish anything when you went there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It let me know how much of a bitch motherfucker he really was at the end of the day, looking to take the Ring video and give it to the cops. And all you fucking people talk to this guy, you fucking did XYZ because a hardware salesman went to his fucking house. Okay, so it was like, you know,
I didn't say nothing
really,
about
it's
it.
a fucked up, it's a bad situation. I don't hate the kid. I got no beef with him, but I guarantee you this: anybody threatens to come to my house and hurt me, I don't give a flying fuck. Okay? It's an issue. If you think that that's something that you want to get involved with, try me. But guess what? I'm very paranoid and I'm like a scared cat. So, yes, I know that if I sit in my car, someone could come up on me. So, what do? Okay? You always got to be cautious. You always got to look over your shoulder. So, that's a last resort. But I'm telling you, it gets to a point with people where they say certain key words and you just fucking lose it. And you know, I'm glad nothing happened. Nobody got hurt. I made a point.
Let me ask you a question, Joe. I'm a 62-year-old man, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody comes out of their way on YouTube to come to my house to bother me, and I just opened the door and blasted them,
Right.
I wouldn't even get in trouble.
Yes.
You would
No,
get
I
in
wouldn't.
trouble
This
in
is
New York.
Texas.
You would get in
No,
trouble.
because if you're listen, first of all, if you say you travel from Ohio to come here, to come to my door and threaten me,
Right.
right there, you're guilty of leaving your house and coming here.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And this ain't New York. This ain't New York. You do
Right.
that shit in New York, you get arrested. Here, you don't
You
get
get
arrested.
arrested.
You
Mm-hmm.
don't get arrested here.
Yeah, you'll go to jail in New York. Yep.
Yep, you would. Unfortunately, any of those East Coast states, Upper East Coast states, you know, which kind of sucks.
And then the other thing I want to say is, you know, maybe I made a mistake, but you can't put the shit back in the donkey. You can't put the fucking bullet back in the gun. So I have to live with it. And, you know, I mean, I have no ill will towards, you know, I mean, everything stopped or whatever. I mean,
You know, it's
so,
funny. You know, it's funny, Joe. I live with 60 people. These are like I live in a really nice place. It's 5 years old, and there's 60 people that live here. 60 different type of units, and I would say 90% of women. And I'll bet you that 50% of those women all have a gun in their purse.
yep.
You come on. I mean, living here is so totally different than living in other places.
Mm-hmm.
People look at you strange here if you don't have a gun.
My grandfather told me a story once. This is how crazy it was in the South back in like the 30s, 40s, 50s. He said if a black guy walked on your lawn, you could kill that man and you would get away with it. Not that he was robbing anything. He walked on your lawn,
Unfortunately,
they kill him, and he had no business being on your lawn. Okay, so I know about Florida and down south and all that bullshit. So, I mean, it's a little antiquated, I guess, that type of thing, because, you know, I mean, but here, you have a gun, you effed up. You know, I mean, my neighbor's a detective. He says, you unload on someone, dude, you're going to jail, and there's nothing that I could do to get you out of it. So
Well, I
He
remember a few years when I was living in New York back I was in my 30s. I remember a cop that got jumped on the Belt Parkway, and he got the shit beat out of him. He wouldn't pull out his gun and shoot the people because he had a fight. He jumped out of his car, a fight started, and if he knew if he pulled out that gun to shoot those people that were beating his ass, he would lose his job, his whole life, and everything. So he had to take the beating.
We got Tony Silo in the house. You want to drop the link for
oh
Tony?
my God, we love Tony Silo.
Yes, let's drop the link for Tony.
Mr. Silo, I hope everything's okay with you, dude. Tony, yeah. All right, hold on 1 minute.
Turned out to be a great show, right, Lee?
Yeah, good and terrible. We made fun of Lee for a little bit. That was good.
No. You guys didn't make fun of me. I let you make fun of me.
Yeah, no, you beat our ass.
Ah,
Lee.
okay.
You beat our ass, Lee. You fucked us up.
Yeah, man, you made us look stupid.
Hey, there's an old saying: "It take two of you to take one of me."
Yeah, but Lee's a good sport.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Don't talk
he
about
is.
me like I'm a fucking retard.
Yeah, well,
You're making it sound like I eat paint chips.
Oh, Lee, I'm gonna check you for a wire, Lee.
Dude, I didn't say you. I said you're making it sound like I eat paint chips. Did I say
Yeah.
you eat paint chips?
That's it. Take your shirt off right now, Lee. I want to see if you're wearing a wire. That's it.
Dude, man, if I take off my shirt, this fucking you're gonna go down to you're gonna go down to 4 people here.
Oh
What's up,
man, hey,
gentlemen?
Tony, what's going on?
What's up, boys? How are you?
Having a great time.
good, man. Good, man.
What are you outside?
I'm actually in the car. We're on our way back. We had to go to the doctor. I had some pain in my head. So
Really?
I just got this.
You okay?
I got the stitches out. Yeah, that's fine. I got the stitches out yesterday, and it's still numb. And it's a month already. It's a month today. And it got very, very, numb. So we just had to go meet the doctor quick.
Did your beautiful
Dylan.
fiance?
She's
Did you
driving the
beautiful-
car, Lee.
Huh?
Yeah, she's driving.
Oh, yes, you're lucky bastard.
Yeah, get over here and make it right.
Lee, if you ever meet Tony, he's gonna whoop your ass. Lee.
No, I'm
No,
listening.
Tony's
We
a
all
good guy.
friends.
Yeah,
we all
Tony's a good guy.
friends. I don't like what that guy was saying last night about real deal. Man. I don't like people picking on older people.
Who was talking about real deal?
Lou Monaco, and then he
Yeah.
changed his name and told me to go F myself.
Yeah, Lee was on and
Oh,
popping
you-
on last night. Lee was on and
That's not
popping
nice.
on my show last night, Lee. You missed it.
Oh, it happened on
that
your
was,
show?
hey, Kane,
Yeah.
great show last night.
Yes.
Welcome
That's
to
your-
YouTube.
You can say it to me.
Who was picking on him? I mean, he can
The
handle
guy's
himself.
The guy's name was Lou Monaco. He said he was a pagan or something. King Shades.
I don't
Yeah.
remember, but I know there was a lot of trolls last night. There was a lot of trolls.
There are a lot of bums that showed up there, but it was overall that was a great show.
Yes, 4 hours, Lee.
Yeah, man. No, 36. It was a great show, Kane. It really was. It was a real good show. Interesting, covered
Wow.
everything. Joe, you put a lot of good input into it. Everybody did a good job last night. Lee, we missed you.
Lee just
Thank you,
jumped off.
Tony.
You got it, brother. But no, we missed Lee though last night.
Yeah. Lee just jumped off right now. I think he had a phone call. And I think there's an echo. Is your YouTube playing?
It's not mine. I just muted,
Hold on.
but I
is it
hear
me?
the echo.
Is it me?
Possibly.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
It might have been Lee when he put it down.
Yeah. Well, Lee left. Lee had a phone call.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
no,
still
no,
getting the echo.
I'm gonna jump back on. I'm gonna come off and I'm gonna go on from my regular phone off of Bluetooth.
All right, that's what's up.
Okay.
That's probably what it is. It's the Bluetooth.
All right.
That's probably what it was. The Bluetooth. Well, for
Yeah,
those that
'cause
are
yeah.
joining, for those that are joining right now, there was technical difficulties, and we could not play
Yeah.
the Pacquiao Bradley fight, so we just had a hangout stream. We had a good old time.
Yeah, Bay 8's Wi-Fi is similar to his foot. It's broken down and it's not in good working order, so maybe I got to pay my bills on time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, Lee is that whole shit with the sucker punching thing. I mean, I understand, like, you could argue both sides, but like you said, if
I
it's a
think sucker
pedophile,
punching. I think sucker punching is a horrible thing to do. But I was trying to maybe people misunderstood what I was saying. When it's on some street shit and someone is doing something degenerate to you, they did something to your wife, your kid, or whatever. If you're out there doing degenerate stuff, be sure that someone is not going to give you. They're just going to run up and attack. You know.
yep.
So,
And then what constitutes a sucker punch? Because, like, you could be in someone's face and they don't think you're going to fight them or throw a punch, and then you just punch the person. Is that a sucker punch?
yes, when someone disrespects your space, it's on, right? If someone comes up to you and they disrespect your space, and there's fighting words, and if you feel threatened, I think you should punch first. Yes.
Right. Would that be considered a sucker punch?
I don't think so. That person shouldn't disrespect that person's space. No, that's not a sucker punch. No.
Now, I don't know why Masvidal, hit it, like, ran up behind him and hit him.
Yeah, that would be considered. That would kind of be considered a sucker punch.
But wasn't it down where Masvidal's from? Was it in Miami?
Yeah, I think it was down here, and also these guys were friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were friends, and the other one was talking about his family, and he said it. Masvidal said it was on site, and it is what it is. And on the streets, when you say it's on site, it's on site. You gotta,
That's it.
especially if any kind of like gang activity, if you're involved in any gangs and you're doing it, you have to be prepared for anything. So,
Yep.
shootouts or someone running up on you. That's the life
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many situations where, people just don't expect it. You know what I mean? And I guess it's the element of surprise. But when you're in a street fight, I mean, to me, I don't know if I'm gonna fight fair, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what's a fair fight? I mean, people pick up things. Is that if you pick up a beer bottle and crack the guy in the head with the beer bottle, well, what do you consider that? Is that a punk move? I mean, so
like I'm no longer like I can't own a firearm anymore. But if someone comes to my house, I'm gonna do anything I could do to protect my family.
right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yes.
And like it was early in my YouTube career. I would never do that again. Like, if someone, threatened me or said meet me or I'm coming to your house, honestly, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't go again. But when you're in a situation where the tension was high, you know what I mean, and then it's just like, But next time, I would laugh it off because you got to look at the source where it's coming from.
I think that certain things need to be off of YouTube.
Definitely. Yep. And I got to be honest with you. there's no way, and I don't know, like, I would have never brought it, like, I would have never said anything on YouTube.
Mhm.
I didn't do a show the next day and said, yo, I went to his house. He did a show telling people and showing them a video of me.
Mhm.
Why would I want that information getting out? And I was, you know what I mean? That's something that, so he brought the fucking thing up. That was on him. I wasn't going to say, hey, guess what? At 12:15, we went, that's the last thing I wanted people to know. I was just trying to let him know. But they took it as an opportunity, and, but, and the other thing is, the way he treated Vinny Bracco was really, really bad. The shit that he
Good
was
guy.
saying to him was really messed up.
He's a good guy, man. Vinny Bronco. I still go over there and watch his channel. He's a good guy.
Yeah. He's a good guy, and he's he's non-violent. I mean, he's not looking
Yeah.
to fight with people or whatever. So
I don't care. He'll have about 7-8 people in there, and he'll be talking about John Lennon, and I'll still go over there and listen to him talk about the Beatles, the Giants. I still find him entertaining.
yep,
You know.
he's I guess he has some like little coalition.
Mhm.
I think it's like him, Tommy Stiggs, Real Deal, and Thiendu.
Oh man, did I tell you the story behind that? The guy knows my grandfather.
Does he?
What a small world. Yes. I put my grandfather's obituary on my community tab, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather fought in World War II, and he's from Buffalo. My grandfather's from Buffalo, and
Really?
he recognized my grandfather's name, and he said that my grandfather was, I believe, friends with his grandfather, and he said that he hanged out. Oh, and here's so ironic that my grandfather used to go to his grandfather's bodega. How ironic
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. Small world is right.
Yes. So yeah, he knew my grandfather. I talked to him off air, and he enlightened me on some stuff that I didn't even know about my grandfather, which was awesome.
Yep, that's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely a small world.
yeah, good guy, man.
Yep.
And when I hear him talk, like I watch his show too. Sometimes when I don't comment or whatever, it does not mean that I'm watching. I watch his show a lot. Um, Sometimes when I hear him talk, it kind of reminds me of my family members from Buffalo. He has that accent.
Yep.
I have a lot of family members in Buffalo, and he has that accent. So when I hear him, it's like like hearing from my family from Buffalo.
Yep. I mean, he's a good guy. A lot of
Yeah.
times, it's everybody clicks up, and
Mhm.
you got to be careful, like what you say or who you praise, because it's like because sometimes people are doing some underhanded shit that you don't know about, and you're like, hey, that dude's cool, and then you find out like he did XYZ. So,
Mhm.
but I think he's a good guy, and I don't know Real Deal. Tommy Stiggs, we were cool at one point. I don't hate him. I just didn't like his choice of associates because
You
I'm
know,
like a very non-trusting guy.
can we
I'm
turn
worried.
on?
What?
Can we turn on the History Channel real quick or no?
The History Channel?
Yeah, meaning that what was, because I don't know. Maybe you enlighten me. I don't know
Mhm.
if you want to talk about it. What was the Four Horsemen? Who was like the members? How did that start? What was the Four Horsemen?
Okay, so back in last winter, around Thanksgiving, I met Tom LaVecchia, Vinny Bracco, and Tom's homie from Jersey, Jason.
Hmm.
So, Tom is, Tom is like the YouTube guy, like Joe Rogan or whatever. So he came up with this idea of the four horsemen.
Yeah.
Now, me at this point, I'm an imbecile. I didn't even, I never really did shows or anything. So he came up with the four horsemen.
Yeah.
And it was me, Vinny, Tom, and Jason.
Mhm.
So we did a couple of shows under it. I thought it went well, but then what happened was the drama started getting in. Pizza was going at these guys or whatever, and it just everything got effed up. But that's really what it was. And I know a lot of people don't have nice things to say about Tom, or they
Yeah.
don't like him and this and that. But he gave me an opportunity to go on, screen, which I probably wouldn't have done without him, because I was content with just, being a listener, a guy in the chat or whatever. So, that's how that went. And yeah,
Kind
I
of like
mean, it just disbanded after a while.
me and Lee Cole. Lee Cole gave me an opportunity at YouTube, but I don't know if I would. I don't know the comparisons. Tom LaVecchia, Lee Cole. Is there comparisons there or no?
Mm, I mean, see, Tom, I know
LaVecchia hangs out with these informants, smokes cigars with these informants.
because Tom LaVecchia is not that type of person. Tom LaVecchia, I mean, okay, if you think about it realistically, right? So, in a journalist's mind, okay, like they'll interview Bin Laden. It's happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Barbara Walters, I mean, he's the biggest terrorist in the world, so he's not a street guy, Tom.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be successful in YouTube, how are you gonna get there quicker? You're gonna get there. Look, you interview Sammy the Bull, Michael Franchise. I mean, so it's what
But
your
that
goals are.
But that's the genre he chose to interview informants. Like I used to be I interviewed 17 athletes that made the NFL, you know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But he goes out there and he smokes cigars he hangs out with these informants. No, true or false? I could be wrong. Like he
Does he
actually,
hang out with them?
yeah. I
No.
don't know.
He
I
was
think,
he was partners with Panisi.
yeah.
I don't know if they hung out, and they were kicking it or whatever, but you know, in my estimate, like if it was me, I just wouldn't, look to interview these people or be around them, because as the views and subs and everything is not as important to me. It's important to me, but it's not
Mhm.
like my goal is to become like a YouTube. I mean, it's like, do you want to grind or do you want that instant gratification? If you're
Yeah.
grinding, okay, it's going to take you 5 years. But if you get Sammy the Bull and this guy, well, that 5 years, people don't want to wait. They don't want to invest the time in. So, and you're in the
Like,
mob genre, how you going to get stories? Where are you going to get them? You ain't going to
Angel
go to a
said
wise guy. He ain't going to tell you anything. So you got to get Sammy the Bull. You got to hear his stories.
Angel said he had them all at his house. And let me answer
Possibly.
Bucky. Yeah, let me answer Bucky. He says, King Shades, that you interview them in high school. In high school, you can't. Once they go to college, you can't interview them unless you got like a
Right.
media pass. You can't. So when you're interviewing a student athlete in high school, once they go to college, you can't interview them. And when they hit the pros, you got to hit up their agent. So that's how that
Yeah.
works.
So,
But I used to go to these 7-on-7 events. I don't know if you know what they have that in New York, but they have these 7-on-7 events with all these high school talent down here. It's kind of like flag football, and a lot of college scouts go out there and check out the kids or whatever. And I have a media pass and check out the kids there, and I used to interview a lot of them. So
right. Yeah, so a lot of people have mixed, like someone said that he had informants at his house who hurt women and were dangerous. Yeah, that's I don't know for sure. I've heard it. I know I seen a video where they were like going on some road trip together, and which to me would be like ludicrous if you really think about it. Because the guy's in witness protection. If it's really true that people are looking for him, well, if you happen to be with him when someone sees him, they're probably not going to spare you as well.
Mhm.
So that's a dangerous thing to be involved with.
Okay, so let me ask you something. How do you feel? Look, I noticed this Lavecchia guy sometimes uploads old clips, like from a year ago, and he'll like upload like a clip of Vinny, like we're talking about whatever the mob stuff or whatever at the Chico thing, or I think it was you, and clips of you also. How do you feel about him uploading old stuff? Do you mind or?
Um, Not really,
Mhm.
not really, because I mean, I might mind if he was using it in a way to make me look like an idiot. But then
Mhm.
again, me talking on screen most of the time, I look like an idiot. So maybe I should have a thought. Maybe I should have a problem with it. I got to see the clips.
Okay.
But like I said, he gave me. I mean, if he feels like that'll help him or whatever, I don't see it that way. I would think to myself like, bro, go, put up clips of, I mean, but I don't look at myself as that way. So, but it really doesn't bother me because people use my face for, put me on a rat. I mean that when you see that happen to you, and they use your voice and everything in you know, a not so pleasant way. If someone puts a clip up of you, what can you really do?
Yes.
At least
So
I know them, is what I'm saying. If I don't know someone and they're doing it, well, that might be a little, like I said, I knew him or I know him and I was his partner. I mean, we haven't done anything in the last, I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't seen him in a while either, but I wish him the best. He could do what he wants. I mean, what am I going to do? Sue him? So
yeah, yeah. We got Mob Rats Exposed in the house. I don't know if he'll be available to come on. I don't even know whatever happened to what's his name, Tony Silo. I don't know what we lost him. I don't know if MRE wants to come on or
maybe
uh
he lost the link. Is it
yeah.
still in the chat, the link? I don't think so.
I'm not sure. I don't know. So those that are tuning in, we had technical difficulties with the fight. It was buffering, so we decided just to have a hangout with Lee, and that's where we're at right now. I think we had a good time. I had a good time. Yes, MRE wants the link, so let's drop the link for
Yeah.
MRE. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you feel about that, Cane Shades? If someone that you knew,
Yes.
how would you feel?
Wow, it depends on the
Right.
it depends on the content.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what it is, Um, when I did the Lee Cole show, I was never like on. I was never on when he had an informant on or whatever, and or I don't know. It depends on the context. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It depends.
Maybe
So.
being notified too. That might, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah,
Like you
let me
could use,
know.
right.
Let me
Right.
know. Like, hey, Cane Shades, I'm gonna put a video about this topic. I'm just letting you know,
Right.
or like a little permission, but
Right.
not, not to.
And
I think I'd feel a type of way if they used my clip for their own little narrative. I think that
right.
I would be
Hmm.
upset. Yes.
Yep. And then really, I mean, at the end of the day, what can you really do about it? Even if it's someone that is using you in a negative way. I mean, I know there's actions you could take or whatever, but
Well-
that's time consuming. Is it really, you know, I mean, I don't
think the
know too much
man,
about it.
I think the man thing to do is you hit up the person and say, "Hey, man, I don't want, I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. Can you
Right.
not do that?" And if they say, "No, I'm going to do that," go fuck yourself. Then you take it from there. You know.
Yeah. One thing I'm looking at this comment. So the
Mhm.
John Panisi, when he beat up the girlfriend, right? Like, I didn't hear that initially. I think that came out a little later, but then again, I'm not in, close proximity to him. And then the other thing is, I have a relationship with Dominic and his movement. So it's something, Dominic's been great to me. So, when you talk to him and you have that relationship and he kind of opens your eyes and it's like, yeah, you know what? It is effed up. It's very close to home. I mean, this is this guy's dad. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, the guy Frankie Pasqua. How could you take his testimony and put guys away for life on his testimony? So, because that guy, I mean, you find out all these guys. You find out all these guys. Hey, what's up, Emma? I thought I added you. I'm sorry.
what's
I'm on my
going on?
phone. I can't see the bottom. But
Hey,
you
what's up?
find out a lot of this stuff later with these informants. That they all do their fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
I believe Panisi.
Oh, he's nuts. He's
Yeah,
crazy. He knocked the girl. And what really got me is a woman out there was saying, one of the women and some other idiot with a YouTube channel was saying, "Oh no, we don't think Panisi beat the woman because there was no police report." Do you know how many women don't report? Beatings? So that don't mean nothing. Now the woman went to trial to face her accuser. I mean, to face her abuser and to tell the court he burnt my hair with he set my hair on fire and he knocked my teeth out. They wouldn't bring him on the stand. So now you got these people who, just because they're mad at JTP, now they go and side up with Panisi and say they believe John's story because there was no police report. Well, most domestic violence and women beating things don't call the cops. Doesn't make it not true.
Not.
Doesn't mean it didn't happen. But John will just lie. You got to think, in Panisi's case, this guy's a tremendous liar. He went to the feds for a paycheck. He wanted to work for the government. It's not like he's he's like the other rats who got caught doing something and ratted to get out, which is still disgusting. This guy literally ran to the FBI to make money because he couldn't work on the street. He couldn't get a job like a regular person. So he wanted to work for the FBI. And he was scared that the girl's father was going to punch him in the nose, who he beat up. He ran to the FBI and made up a bunch of lies. And we've proven some of those lies on many of the channels.
Who was the main people who testified against the four guys, Dominic's old man and those guys? Obviously it was Panisi was one of them and Frank
Panisi, Rat Squad, Evangelista, and the guy from Mama's Boys, remember that Chooch? What was his name?
Yeah, Zocalo or some shit. Okay, that dude. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute though. Dominic's father beat that charge because that's a separate.
Very true. Yeah, he did
beat that charge. He had testified against him, but he beat that charge.
Yeah, he beat the Mama's Boy kid charge. He beat that one. Yeah, but Panisi, Rat Squad, Evangelista, some other old bum guy who came back to tell some story about Dom's dad in 1977 that wasn't even true. They had a gaggle of these weirdo informants on there. It was the trial should have been held in like communist China. Actually, like it was insane. The judge, listen to this. The judge hung out at the prosecutor's house for barbecues, the whole nine. So there, I believe, in my opinion, there's bias right there. Now, picture being the jury, and all that week they blasted Korea Mafia on every newspaper and all the news that whole week. Korea Mafia. So right there, you're poisoning the jury pool right there. Every time the defense tried to object on something, they got shot right down, overruled. Prosecution could do whatever. It was totally insane, that case. That's why I believe those men, Stephen Crea, Matthew Madonna, Terrence Caldwell, and Christopher Landani, are all going to come home. I believe they're all going to come home because all these informants, that what they said, these rat bastards talked about on the stand, they said different stuff on YouTube after that. And they're going in front of appellate judges, 3 appellate judges they're going in front of, I believe, shortly. I don't know when it is. It only took a long time because one of, I believe, Landanio's lawyer passed away. So it's been taking a little longer. But yeah, he just did a show about it a couple of weeks ago on his channel. So things are looking good, and they're very interested.
So those 4 men were convicted over hearsay.
Hearsay, nothing but
And the media, in the media.
yeah. And the media thing, the hearsay was outrageous.
Yeah.
Like
Was
there was all circumstantial hearsay evidence, not even circumstantial, just hearsay, basic, just hearsay. Like
All
listen
those
to-
people that testified against Maddie Madonna and Crea, they never met the guys. So how
No.
could they? I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the real funny part
how do you
about it.
convict someone?
Well, I don't know how they did it. It's amazing, but yeah, all them guys, there was no proof that they knew any of them but their word. All right, and think about this. Crea's was in that social club was on a video for thousands of hours of tape, right? Never once did you see Panisi with Crea or anything like that. Or did you see Panisi go in that social club, actually?
Yeah.
So
I
it's just-
heard another completely different thing not to be a drop a dime, but there was another guy in the Bronx, Mancuso, that didn't like that dude either. I mean, it wasn't just he had a lot of people that
Meldish.
really didn't like.
Yeah, the guy
Meldish,
Nico
yep.
Meldish was like a
Yeah.
leader of the
Yeah.
Purple Gang, they're called, of like many different nationalities of hoodlums.
The
And stuff.
Purple Gang.
Yeah,
It
the
was
Purple Gang.
Gang.
So this guy, he was killing people for years and all that.
Yeah.
stuff. So he was a big gangster for years. So he had many enemies out there,
Yeah.
many people.
So
But
what
that's
they
what they got Londonio Caldwell. That's the big charge that they got him, is that they ordered that hit and it was carried out by Caldwell and Londonio,
Yeah,
So-
that's what they try to say. Yep.
which Pasqua said that he thought his dad did it.
Yes.
and his
then he
dad
changed it-
became an informant, right?
The
his,
uncle.
his uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
his
uncle.
uncle.
Okay. Yeah.
But his uncle was from the 80s. He was a informant. But yeah, I mean, right there, isn't that reasonable doubt when, you have a million enemies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they just wanted a big headline, that whole the mafia thing. And,
Well, that's how they rise in right, and the lawyers and stuff rise in New York City,
Yeah.
and a lot of cities wherever you got
Yeah.
so-called organized crime or anything like that. That's how they rise up. Prosecutors become judges and so forth and so on because they get their names in the head papers and they get to say, "Oh, look, I put away these real super evil mafia people."
Yeah.
Yep. Like
Now-
Gleason, the guy who prosecuted Gotti,
Yep.
he's a federal judge now. That's a lifetime
Exactly. See how-
job. You know what I mean?
That changed his life. Him putting Gotti away.
Yeah.
Yep.
If he can't, you think if he said, you know what? And let's say if there was something in there that said the guy was innocent, whatever, you think he would have said, you know what? I can't do this on my conscience. No, he would have thrown the guy away, did whatever they had to do to put any guy like that away, without a doubt. Like
Yeah.
he would use like a liar like Gravano.
How crazy? See, that's the thing. You got to be an idiot to think that. Do you really think that the government, that Gotti was going to put it all on Sammy, and that Gotti was going to get off, and Sammy was going to go to jail?
No,
Like,
that-
who would believe
Yeah.
that would happen?
you would have to be
Never
crazy.
in a million years.
Well, the streets he would have lost his job. Nobody would have respected him. People would have called him a rat. He wouldn't have done that. It's just something that wasn't
But
even.
he was the top prize. He was, trust me,
Yeah,
it was,
no one cared about the government.
yeah.
Care about Sammy.
According to Gleason, the reason why Sammy wanted to testify is because he was scared and he didn't want to do time, and that's according to Gleason, the guy that put Gotti away.
Yeah, I believe that.
Mm.
He
I
didn't-
heard that out of wise guys' mouths. But then I heard other things too. I heard that he felt like, honestly, those tapes, it was like the shit that Sammy was doing, he would have been in deep trouble if they stayed on the streets. Because he was doing like I mean, come on, man. It's like, his best friend gets killed and he blames it on Gotti. Sammy didn't have enough power to say, no, this is my brother, spare him. You know what I mean? So it's he was doing some crazy shit, Gravano, and he might have been skimming too. You never know.
And what Tony Silo said on my show last night, I never even thought about that. What that Castellano hit,
Yeah.
none of those guys got
Were ever
arrested.
arrested? No, they weren't.
None of them.
So
Yeah. Nope.
This is a story that Gravano came up with.
See how
Like he was in the car, but why didn't those guys? If Gravano was there setting up everything, why aren't those guys?
Yeah, because
ever get
Gravano
caught?
had nothing to do with what happened with Paul
Yes.
Castellano. He had nothing to do with it. Because if he did, all those guys who pulled that trigger would have been in jail and indicted.
Exactly.
And do you really think that John Gotti and Sammy the Bull were right down the street when it happened and glided past the body in Manhattan where it's bumper to bumper traffic? Why would that would be ludicrous? He was everybody. I mean, come on, you'd pick him out in 2 seconds. Could you imagine if he got fingered, Gotti, that someone said, yeah, he was in a car driving by?
Yeah.
And then, according to Sammy in one of his podcasts, when he was talking about the hit, he's in the car with Gotti and they're listening to talk radio and all
Right.
this other stuff. It's bullshit.
Sammy's
So
gonna
if Sammy was there, if Sammy was there in the car, he's the big hit man. How come he didn't have a gun in his hand? And how come he wasn't on the street? Why was he in the car?
because he's such a mastermind and kingpin where he can't get his hands dirty. Who knows? The guy's out of his mind. He's old. He's really losing his mind. His kids don't care that he's got a little craziness going on. They just keep putting him on these shows, prompting him up and putting him on these shows. And now he's getting caught up in lies, and he's getting caught up in the double speak and things that he said years ago ain't adding up to now.
Yeah,
The guy's a whack job.
and then there's some people that don't know nothing about nothing, and they'll watch it. And then they'll come over here and they'll hear us and they'll listen like, oh, and then they'll get enlightened. And then some people discredit us because we're ruining their fantasy. Because this is their little fantasy, Gravano. And oh my God, how dare you ruin my little my mafia fanboy fantasy? How dare you? You know, that's what it is.
And in most cases, it is. In other cases, it's just like people are like, well, I don't care if he's lying. I just want to hear a story. I'm bored.
Yeah.
But most is, the fantasy thing is a true. Then they're like, how dare you kill my fantasy and my friendship? Like, he actually called my name out in a chat once on a Patreon that I paid for a lot of money for. And he said my name before. I'm very close with this guy. I love this guy. That's how it is.
Yeah. That's
It's
exactly
crazy.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Sammy said John was driving.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that because, like you said, they would have probably most likely seen him. And why would he put himself at the murder scene? Anyway, it makes no sense. No, Sammy didn't know nothing about that. The proof's in the pudding. Because
That would have been crazy to be anywhere near Manhattan at that point.
Oh, okay. So then, what happened to the car, though? Okay, the car they were driving around. Did they keep driving around in that car? Did they burn the car? Like what happened to the freaking car?
Never
Whose car was
heard
it?
of it.
Yeah, whose car was it? You know.
Yeah, I said there's some car in Sammy's imagination. You got to think about it. He could make up anything he wants. Especially, he was the first rat to come out and in our era like this. You know what I mean? So. He can make up a lot of stuff, but Mikey Scares is, I think, calling him on some bullshit right now.
Yeah.
What's going on,
But
Tony?
that dude,
What's up,
he was
MRE?
racing 8
What's
to
up, guys?
10 years, and he dimed everybody out.
Yeah, they're all no good. Well, how you doing, Tony?
What's up?
Yes, Tony.
How are you?
We're having another fantastic show right now.
It sounded
Tony,
good out
Tony,
in the
Tony.
car, so I waited till I got back here. I couldn't get no vision in the car, but I heard you guys. Good show.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just saying that, Tony. Come on.
I do not say it. It was really good.
I know. Thank you.
We had some technical difficulties as far as the fight, so we decided just to do a hangout.
Well, I got a list. I got a list of the 15 worst decisions ever voted by 25 fights. And it's some list.
All right.
That's
We're trying
cool.
to way to get them low somehow, but I got the full fights.
That's good, man. What's number one?
Number one is that Roy Jones fight. Number two is Pernell Whitaker lost to some guy I've never even heard of, a Spanish fighter.
In the Olympics or
No,
as a pro?
round decision, and Felix Sternum, all 25 boxes, had Oscar De La Hoya winning no more than 4 rounds out of the 12.
Felix Sturm. Yep, I remember that fight. Felix Sturm.
Well, I watched it because I don't remember it. I watched it today. He beat Oscar De La Hoya's butt, but De La Hoya already had a championship fight signed for 4 months down the road
Yep.
against Bernard Hopkins.
Mm.
So
Yeehaw.
I was listening to your Gravano. You guys are money. He didn't put one shooter away. He didn't put anybody away for that hit, except for one guy.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
crazy.
he put 2 guys away. One guy that wasn't even in the borough. Well, not even around.
That's
Yeah, I think all them guys though, they all went to jail for other things.
I know.
If it was the people that, they say was there.
Well, 3 of them went to jail for other things that I know. I don't know about the other 3.
Well, Roach went to jail. The
John
other guy,
went to jail.
Fat Sal's dead. He went to prison.
John
He died in jail.
Caniglia went,
Knigs, yep.
but he went on a heroin charge. What about the guy whose gun jammed? I don't think
He actually, he was from Florida, Artuso. He died too. He
Right.
was free, I think. He died. He didn't die in jail. I think he might have went to jail on something else. I'm probably sure that it was something minor, but nothing like that.
And these are guys that Gravano's saying that was there.
Well, Gravano, if you listen to the one that he talks about the whole hit, Killing Paul, is it?
Yeah.
I went back and listened after your show last night to make sure I
Yeah.
was correct. He says he planned it and picked half of the
Yes.
shooters.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly.
Okay?
Yep.
3 were his and 3 were that side's. I got news for you. None of
Who
them.
was the 3 that were on his side?
He's saying that Joe, the German, Joe definitely was not his guy. That was Frankie's guy. See, he's trying to make himself bigger with Frankie than he was. But if you go backwards in that neighborhood, you can ask listen to the rats on that. Sammy was not around Frankie DeChico as much as he says he was.
Right.
But
Can you
Frankie
guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
can.
Yeah, I just wanted to pop on and say hi real quick. I'm about to get back to my house, and I'm finally in a good service area. So I just wanted to say hi and thank you for everybody for bearing with us since the fight didn't work. That's all.
Wait.
Nice meeting you,
How you
Tony
doing?
Kylo.
How you
Hey,
doing,
Marie.
Dave?
How are you? King Shade.
I'm all right.
Hey, what's going on?
Joe. How are you?
Good.
All right, guys.
Very good.
I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your show, okay?
See you later.
All right,
Bye,
bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye. Yep.
So now back to this thing. If you watch that video, it basically plays out. He couldn't name anybody accurately. He's going off the word of other informants when he gave his story out.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was somebody who testified to that certain guys were shooters. No such thing, because you would have had to put 1 of 2. How about this? You would have had to put at least 2 of them in the joint for killing these guys.
Yeah.
The way the cop who came out later who was didn't get involved. He was with his wife and kid. He was off duty. They were going to see the Christmas tree or something. He said he only seen 2 people shooting guns.
Mm.
I don't know if that's true. You know, you didn't have no video cameras back then. But he did say, the gentleman did say, one man who was on the Castellano side is the one who came around the car and actually both guys off.
Yeah. Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. The first one was a bad decision too. Sorry to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
So Bucky Palermo.
Absolutely. And they got 2 15-round fights here. Lupi Pinta, he said that was the worst decision in boxing, one of the worst decisions ever. I remember Lupi Pinta. I don't know this other guy's name. You know, but these were little guy fights. And the guy from Cuba, Joel Casamayor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he won at no more 3 rounds and was given 9 rounds and 10 rounds
Really?
after he got his shoulder operated on. He did, and I seen that fight. I remember that. But he also had a title fight lined up 3 months after that fight that he had with this no name.
Was he a Don King fighter, Casamayor?
No, and you remember the guy who was running all the Cubans out of Miami at the time? Good-looking Cuban guy.
I'm sure I know his name.
He represented all the Cuban fighters. Casamayor wasn't with a Don King. They had a Cuban guy who represented all.
I can't think of the name. I'm sure I know it.
I can't remember his name. Good-looking guy, sharp-looking guy. He was their promoter, manager, everything.
Sure, it was his name. First name Kane, last name Shades.
Hey!
He's Cuban from Miami.
No,
You were a promoter?
no, I was not a promoter.
Oh, you're very good looking though, so that's why I thought it might have been you.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
What was that
You're
other
welcome.
the promoter? Panama Lewis. They banned that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We were talking about the Tony Rezko and Irish Billy Collins fight.
Yep.
Plaster around his
Oh yeah.
hands. Yeah, he busted him up bad. And that went a long time too, that fight. How many rounds?
3. Oh, padding in the gloves either.
Yes, with
Yeah.
Madden and Plaster. And how many rounds did that go?
I
I
think
think it went to distance.
the distance.
Yeah. Yep. He took
And-
some beating. Yep.
Collins' father went to shake his hands like a man.
Yes.
Felt it. He actually felt his hands.
Yeah, and he pulled him over. He signaled to the referee, come over here, check this. Rezko started panicking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a good documentary on it.
Yeah,
think-
he sued. His family sued the boxing commission, but they lost.
Yes, they did lose. Yep.
That's crazy. Yep.
And they also sued Panama Lewis, and Panama Lewis bankrupted his boxing corporation.
Yep.
But
I
don't think
actually
that's
was
anything
around
together.
Panama Lewis a few times.
I
He
don't
trained Franz Botha. You know who Franz Botha is, right? Obviously, Tony knows who he is.
He the white
believe
heavyweight.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, the South African dude, the white dude.
You know what he owns a ton of? Google it. Chinese restaurants in Las Vegas.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
met
he
a
was cool, Botha.
He is. He met a Chinese guy cooking in one of the casinos. The casino was closing down, and he franchised Chinese restaurants with this guy.
Wow.
Yep. When he
That-
fought Tyson, when they would get in the clinch, Tyson was like trying to hyperextend his elbow to
100
like kind of. You remember that?
100%. It got dirty at one point. Both the wanted to go because when he locked them up underneath, you could snap somebody's arm in half if you know what you're doing in that move.
Yep. And Tyson, as strong as he is.
You could really pop him. But for the first couple of rounds, both actually gave him a pretty good fight.
Yep.
So I think he was frustrating him a little bit. And,
Definitely.
it is what it is some nights.
Yeah, but that was a different version of Tyson, though. He really was,
Wasn't that after he got out of prison as well?
It was after, yep.
Okay, and the other fight that he had, that he won the title, and I could be wrong. Bruce Seldon?
Bruce Seldon. Yep.
Yeah, I believe he won the title from Bruce Seldon.
I believe he
Yeah,
did.
That's the
September
night-
7th.
That's
That-
the night that Tupac got killed.
The
Yep.
night-
Yeah.
Go back,
Yep.
go back and watch the knockout. He barely, and I'm not saying this isn't a racial
Oh
term.
yeah. Yeah.
He barely touched the top of the afro. Nevertheless, his
Yep.
face.
Man, if you saw Bruce, look at Bruce Seldon's face while he's in the corner before the fight starts. He looked like he was shitting his pants, dude. He was like, hell no.
How about if
He
you,
looked shook up.
if you can get a copy of the tape? Now I seen it in the hotel. I actually seen it in the arena. They show him when he's walking into the arena. This
Mhm.
guy was holding on to the stairs. There was 3 steps at a time. I mean, this guy looked like he was having a heart attack from the car walking into the locker room. It was even worse than walking in the ring.
And Bruce Seldon had a bodybuilder's type body. He was not a small dude. He was bigger than Tyson.
He was a monster, Bruce Seldon.
Yep. Yeah, he took the money and ran with that one.
Well, I think the other guy took the money and ran too that night he fought. Call the Truth Williams. That guy
Oh
put up
yeah, exactly. Yep.
a lot of good fights against a lot of good fighters, and he last. Listen, just with his jab, he should have been able to last 2-3 rounds. He got knocked down in 1 round.
Yep.
Clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know this.
Yeah.
Jail time took a lot of great years out of Tyson.
Oh, absolutely. It
Yeah, man.
made him a completely different fighter. It wasn't the same guy no more.
No.
I'll
But-
tell you.
but I-
He did-
But I noticed after that. See, but now check this out, Tony. After the Buster Douglas a fight, I mean, he fought. I believe he fought Tillman after that. But there was fights he was struggling in after that. You noticed after that Buster Douglas fight, he fought what's his name? The guy that they stopped the fight too early. What was his name?
Razor Ruddock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Razor Reddick was actually giving him a fight, but
Yeah.
Tyson was struggling after that.
Joe, you remember Buster Mathis?
Buster Mathis, of course I do. He fought Tyson in '95.
He frustrated Tyson for a while.
Yep. He did.
I-
Yep.
I
He stayed real
strongly,
close to him. Yep. I remember that.
I strongly believe that if Tyson would have fought Holyfield when they were
originally supposed to fight
I
in
remember that.
90, because remember they scheduled that
Yeah.
fight, but then
November 8th, 1991 was the scheduled fight.
Tyson, yes,
That
I
never
believe-
happened.
I believe Holyfield would have probably won that fight back then too.
No.
I think
91, maybe. Yeah.
I think he would have won. What do you?
He
think about
wouldn't
that?
have beat Tyson, who fought Spinks, though.
Mhm.
Wait,
Holyfield.
I think Spinks came to fight.
No, he didn't
Yeah.
come to fight, but
We don't know.
Tyson was mean at that point. 87, 88.
Yeah, but if you go back,
Yeah,
to
he was a
Google,
beast.
when he fought Spinks, he had 3 venereal diseases. He had something else going on. He was really sick the week of that fight, Tyson.
Wow.
Was he? I didn't know that. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at the ace bandages. You can see them the way they had Spinks' legs taped up. He didn't come at him.
Could
So-
he? Okay. Could Holyfield beat the Tyson who fought and beat Trevor Burbick in '86?
No way.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so
But
personally.
let's get to the November 91 fight that was scheduled. Who
I think
wins?
Tyson wins it.
Tyson. I got Tyson.
You think Tyson wins it?
Yeah, I think Holyfield got better as he got older, and
Yeah, he
Tyson.
did.
Yeah.
Holyfield did get better, and Tyson declined as he a lot. I think the prison with that and like the bad management around him and not letting him not helping him train or stay on course.
There was an injury that took place too. That I think they scheduled that fight 2 times, right? Wasn't there an injury and then they had to reschedule to
Yep.
another date?
yeah,
Yep.
it was
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that
One
happened.
was,
Yeah.
one was
Yeah,
the-
full out of it. Yep.
and the second time they canceled it because of the trial.
Yeah.
Yep. Which was
Yeah.
crazy.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think was the best knockout Tyson ever had?
Spinks, maybe, or Tony Tubbs,
Burbick.
Trevor Burbick.
Burbick.
Yeah, Burbick all the way. I remember that one. Yeah, Trevor Burbick.
When he was stumbling, the guy he didn't have his legs.
How about the most vicious knockout he ever had?
One in his earlier career. I don't know the name, but he hit him with a body shot and an uppercut. That
And
one
that-
was
Jesse
vicious.
Ferguson.
How about
When he went to put the nose bone into the brain, that one.
How
Yeah.
about Frazier?
Oh, yeah.
Joseph Son.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Marcus Frazier. Yep,
Holy shit! Did he give
that
him?
was brutal. Yep.
There was so many fights, and his younger career of Tyson, just brutal knockouts, man, brutal.
Yeah.
The first Frank Bruno knockout in the 5th round, I believe. He hit him in the stomach and then hit him with the uppercut and knocked out Bruno. That was vicious.
I'll tell you what was a real good fight if you go back and watch. And I was away at the time. Was he fought James Quick Tillis in Albany? And it led
Yep.
first TV fight, 10 rounds. He could not do anything with James Quick Tillis. Couldn't do a damn thing. It went first
you're
fight ever on TV.
you're talking about the first the one that on the big network on ABC.
ABC Saturday afternoon fight.
Yes, because he was fighting a lot of these ESPN things, but what you're talking about the first big network fight. Yes,
I watched it again. He really couldn't get to him.
He struggled on those kind of fights, the boxers and like he struggled really. Like that's why I'm saying Razor Reddick had him in that first fight.
Well, actually, another guy, Tony Tucker, if he decided to mix it up a little bit more, could have did a little better against him.
What about Bone Crusher Smith?
Bone Crusher Smith was there to clown around. I watched it actually the other day. It was on ESPN. They were clips of it. He was just fuck around.
But he went 12 rounds with Tyson, though, didn't he?
No, didn't they stop that round around 10 or 11? I'm not sure.
Okay.
I thought it stopped later on. But I think he was there to play around with him. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Pinklon Thomas.
Okay.
Pinklon Thomas also went the distance with He had some. Listen, Tyson had some good knockouts, but when he fought taller guys with good jab, he had some issues.
Yes.
Yeah, the 12 with the head button and stuff like that.
Yes, he struggled. Yes. That's why that Buster Douglas fight, I know a lot, it shocked a lot of people, but Buster Douglas in his career, he was just a guy that just gave up all the time. But going into that fight, his mom died.
Yeah.
Tyson's mind was on Candyland or whatever. he wasn't ready.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. You're a 4 guy now, 3 knowledge of boxing. Larry Holmes in his prime against Mike Tyson.
He would catch Holmes eventually.
In their prime, I don't think anybody was Tyson was just a beast. I'm not a boxing expert, don't get me wrong. I watched it in the 80s and 90s, and that was it. But the early 2000s. But I think Tyson in his prime would have beat anybody in his era for sure.
It would have been difficult.
I disagree. That Ali Tyson argument, I'm always saying Ali, just because of the way Tyson struggled with those type of fighters.
All right, but hey, Can't Change. Let me explain it this way. Larry Holmes had a much better record, and he fought a lot of good competition.
Yeah,
like Ali.
And he had that great jab too, and he,
how would Tyson
bigger.
Yeah, and he was old when he fought Tyson.
But Larry Holmes beat washed up Ali though.
Yeah, well, that's why they
that's
thought it was revenge.
yeah.
They thought it was revenge that Tyson. I think Ali in that match said, "Get me some revenge to Tyson." I could be wrong, or one of his friends.
Says, kick his ass for me.
Oh, something like okay, there you go. Yeah.
You know what I would love to see? Foreman and Tyson in their prime.
Tyson was.
You think Tyson gets them in their prime?
Foreman was way too big, if you believe that or not, and too slow, and he couldn't punch down. He had problems fighting the little guys.
No, but he knocked out what's his name? The guy that he knocked out Frazier. You seen what he did to Frazier?
Go back and look at the interview. Just Google the George Foreman interview about Joe Frazier. That was the fight he said he was the most scared of in his entire career, and he did easy fight.
Yeah.
He said he had nightmares about Joe Frazier after watching him fight Ali.
Yeah, I don't think Tyson could have beat Ali though. for one reason and one reason only. I don't think he could knock Ali out.
Yeah, number one, yeah, Ali could take a punch and he was fast and he
Yeah.
could.
I think he takes him to the distance, frustrates him, and wins on the scorecard. I think.
I agree, but I also think
Mm.
Holmes could have beat him because
I think you probably would have knocked Tyson out eventually.
I don't
Tyson
think
would
he
have
could
got
have got Larry
slow.
Holmes either. I don't really think he could have got to Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes fought really good.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
he was underrated.
Okay, okay. Well, check this out. What about Trevor? I'm gonna mess up the last. Yeah. What about him in his prime? Because he was okay in his prime too.
He was okay. He came along at the right time when everybody was in jail and
Yeah,
had just finished up.
Yeah.
There really
we
was
got
a champion at that time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the biggest bum Tyson fought was?
Peter
I
McNeely.
would have to say the fight they set up the worst for him was Marvis Frazier.
Yeah,
Gift Frazier.
yep.
He hurt this kid so bad. It looked like he was hitting a heavy bag that actually had padding missing.
Yep.
Well, MRE, if you ever seen it, you did the wrestling rings. He actually had the rope fall off. He hit him so hard into the rope.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I watched the fight. I never realized he beat him up that bad inside of 35 seconds.
Yep.
I mean, he really gave him an
He was
ass.
explosive.
Listen, when he was who the hell was it? The 94 Trevor Berber, I don't think anyone would have beat him. He was in that good a shape. That was one of the best shapes he was ever in.
Yeah, he was like a machine.
Exactly. He was like a robot. You're 100% correct.
Tony, have you ever watched this YouTube channel, Rummy's Corner? Are you familiar with that?
I seen it once by accident. I found it. And I couldn't find it again.
It's called Rummy's Corner. If you type in Rummy's Corner, that channel is a fantastic boxing channel. He actually covers the whole 90s as far as the heavyweights, how the belts were changed, and who was the champion, and who had the WBC belt.
I've seen that. Is that the like 1990s heavyweight champions, and he had them like come on the screen? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, no, he covers the whole time, like from 1990, because the first fight in heavyweight big one in 90 was Tyson and Douglas. That was the first. Yeah, that was the first big one. But then he covers everything that happened as far as the belts being changed,
right?
That whole decade. And that, I'm telling you, that channel is fantastic. And he covers the Hagler and all like the 80s, all that. Yeah, I recommend you check out Rummy's Corner. You will love that channel. Oh my god, that's a good channel.
Somebody said on the chat when we were driving to the car, here's the only one Tommy Hearns had. He was so powerful and so good. Emmanuel Stewart later admitted too, and that's how he lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. He didn't know how to hold when he got hurt at all. I mean, that guy would either knock you out quick or dominate you. The one time he got in trouble with Sugar Ray Leonard in the first fight, if he knew how to hold on, he wins that fight by decision easily.
Yep.
He got knocked out, I believe, in 14?
Yeah, it was 14. Yep.
Okay, go back. I think on the cards, Hearns.
I'll be right back. I take my dog out.
He was ahead.
Hearns was ahead on all the cards.
Yep. He was.
It is what it is.
But listen, guys, I hate to break up this night, but I gotta get home. Okay. And I really want to thank you guys. Unless you want me to stay on while I'm driving, I can't really talk, but you can keep the stream going and go on your show.
Yeah, no, I'm about to call it a night too. But one idea I have. You know what we should talk about? We should talk about undercards to main events. Well, there was pretty good undercards on some big fights. Trinidad fought good fights on some big
old millimeter recordings because when I was help training fighters, not fighting some of these guys. I have all the undercard fights from beginning to end.
Oh wow.
That
Yes,
would be
yes.
great.
Somebody who's technically smart enough to put them on a computer, I don't know, but I have reels and reels of these fights.
Really?
Awesome. Yo, that'll be tremendous, bro. That'll be tremendous.
Yeah.
Now, Kane, how far though were you from the First Street Gym when it was up? Do you remember where that was?
I don't. Where was? See, I'm down south. I'm all the way down. I'm in Homestead.
Okay, it was on First Street, right by that Cali Go Park, whatever they call it.
Yeah, probably 35 minutes away from that.
Okay. That was. I trained there a little bit when I.
Mm.
You went to go see how good you were. You had every. I mean, that like.
Yes. Yeah. You're breaking up there, but this was fantastic, Joe.
Carl was
Tony.
the best.
Hey,
Thank you,
next
man.
Friday, Tony. Next Friday, you're always welcome to come to the
Yes.
bodega. And we're gonna redo.
Yes.
Oh, Joey, we're gonna redo this too, right?
We're gonna have to redo it.
Yeah. We're gonna have to redo it.
The only
Yes.
thing is, I think there's a fight next week,
Uh,
so maybe we adjust the time.
Saturday night, the
Who's fighting? I forgot.
UFC, John Jones. He went.
Yeah.
That,
We got to watch that.
so
We should do a fight party.
Yeah, we should do that.
there's a
As
guy.
long as we don't play it on the screen, we
Yeah,
can talk
yeah.
about it. Though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something real quick before we change. A guy in Homestead
Mhm.
is Doug. He does every Dolphin. They don't show the game; they just give you the play-by-play. He reached 250,000 subscribers the first playoff game.
Okay, what'd you say his name was?
Doug Doolittle.
Doug Doolittle. Okay, from Homestead,
Yes,
and he reviews the Dolphins games.
they don't review them; they do the play-by-play of the whole game.
Oh wow, I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay.
A lot of people driving in the car, and it's on YouTube. A lot of people driving in the car don't get fights, don't get games. You know, like too much. That's great. I'm telling you, that's something I'd be interested in doing.
Okay, all right. We're gonna have to check it out.
I mean,
All
we
right.
from event is show to fight.
Yeah, we could review it like a radio, kind of like a radio thing. Yeah.
Right, like back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen.
Thank you, Real Deal.
Yeah.
We
All right, I
missed
gotta
you,
get
too.
out of here.
All right, guys.
All right.
Have a nice-
Listen, man, next week we got to hook up, man. We'll do we could do the UFC thing or whatever, but I'm sure, Tony, we'll link up during the week.
You guys, we'll definitely see you next week.
All right, bro. Thank you for coming on, man. And I'm glad everything worked out with your little situation tonight, bro. Have a good one.
Thank you very much, man. Have a nice night.
Talk to you later, man. And thank everybody for sticking with me. And I appreciate it. You guys made what was starting out to be a terrible night a great night. Thank all you guys, BK, everybody. So, all right, man. You guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, buddy. Love you. Ding, ding.